Hello, everyone. I was trying to find music, and then I was like, it's gonna sound weird, me, like, testing out different musics while I'm live. Hello, Gay Mangoes, and Tickle Pea Shivers, and Sprinkle Cake. How is everyone doing today? And we got Asbury Brad. I slept a little longer than I wanted to today, so that's why I'm here a little later. I was up last night talking to my friend on the phone till like 4 in the morning because she needed a good chat. So I was like, all right, that's fine. And I expected to wake up at like 1 because that's usually how late I wake up. If I stay up past like 2 a.m., I usually wake up at like 1. No, I woke up at like 2. So I've been awake for like a half hour. You've been up since 4:30 a.m. Oof. Well, hopefully you can get some sleep soon, Tickle Pea Shivers. So today, it's Lorne Day. So I think this is a Debbie call. I don't know. See, I always say, oh, I don't think I've heard this before. And then I listen for a little bit and I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard this. So who fucking knows? This is titled, Why Do You Want to Prove Everyone Right That You're a Fuck Up? And with a title like that, I definitely feel like this is going to be something fucking hilarious. So let me start the call while I get my game set up. Because I was just like, we'll just do some painting. Because I like doing some painting during Lorne calls. So I'll start the call while we get that set up.
I'm doing well. How are you feeling?
Well, I've had better days.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
I was so pissed off at that. I opened right up to him.
Hey, Guru and Spencer.
And
we still got the stuff from yesterday.
He said that one of the ones was that if I have drank in the last 2 weeks. And I told him no.
Hello, everyone.
God
damn it, I gotta sign
I haven't drank in the last 2 weeks.
When was the last time that you drank?
Hold on, let me figure.
As far as I can remember, I thought it was 3 weeks ago.
That's how you know Lorne is lying, because he's like, well, as far as I can remember. That's his way of saying, like, he knows the answer, but he doesn't want to say it, because he knows it makes him look like a dick. So he's like, well, as far as I can remember, he does that bullshit.
I thought it was, look at the calendar. I thought it was on the 30th.
Dude,
that Sunday.
His brain must be absolute fucking mush if he can't even... If he has to mark down on a calendar the last time he drank. Oh yeah, he also says, oh, I don't think I did. Yeah, he does that too. Capture specific window. Give me that art game. It never... Whenever I change the capture window, it always fucking... Maybe I should just keep it at auto. Let's keep it at auto capture. Fit to screen. Hold on. Some alcoholics have wet brain. Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's less of him actually forgetting and more of him trying to be manipulative and being like, well, I don't remember, so you can't get mad at me.
That's all the last time I drank was.
Okay. Why do you think it was on the 30th? What do you remember about that?
Hold on. Gotta move my shit around.
Because
my desk.
I don't remember drinking on the 4th because I worked on the 4th.
Happy Black History Month.
But then I saw the thing, but I only wound up working like 6 hours. I can't remember what I did after I got home.
Lorne can't remember anything he did. Jesus Christ. Like, is his life that fucking boring that, like, he, one, drinks so much that he can't remember anything he did, and two, he just doesn't absorb anything that he fucking does? Jesus Christ.
Do you remember recently stopping at the store and picking up beer when you weren't at Tony's?
Love
I remember
Falvis style? What the fuck does that mean?
I remember coming here and drinking a 6-pack.
Oh yeah, and it's Chinese New Year. It's the year of the tiger. Happy Chinese New Year. There's a lot of good shit going on right now. I hope everybody's having good times.
Okay. When was that?
Oh,
I was thinking that was on the 30th. Maybe it wasn't.
Well, that was on a Sunday.
I don't know if I
that's
could paint like
usually
this, but I could try.
when you would hit up Tony, because you don't have to
Right.
go to work the next day.
Maybe that's why I was thinking that the 30th was the last time that I drank. Because usually it's on a Sunday, they go over and drink with Tony.
It looks like Favism has like a fuck ton of bright colors. Damn, okay. I could work with that, I guess.
Okay.
Did you say what size? Small canvas.
But I don't remember
The annual pussy hole.
drinking after that.
I don't remember drinking after that. That's him doing the deniability again.
I don't remember if I drank on the 4th. And he asked me, he said, what about the 4th? And I said, I worked that day.
Mm-hmm.
But then...
Oh, Lorne. He asked me if I drank on the 4th, and he said I worked that day. That wasn't a yes or no. Aw, I love you, Sprinkle Cake. Hold on, plugging my phone in. So, he doesn't say... Yeah, you know you have a drinking problem when you have to check the fucking calendar. When was the last time I had a beer?
After I left, the more I thought about it, I was like, well, I only worked 6 hours, but I don't remember what I did.
The fact that he is like, well, I had to sit and think about it, and then I realized I did. I'm not gonna lie, I've done the same thing, where I've been like, oh, I don't know, and then, like, I actually did know, and then later on I was like, oh, I sat and thought about it, and it really was like this. Like, I've done that before, so I can recognize when other people do it, such as Lorne. Hello, Cassandra Elizabeth Vaughn.
Did when I got home. I don't remember if I drank any or not.
Lord. So this guy wants love.
I don't remember what day it was.
I know what I must
Okay,
paint.
so, but it's possible that it was within the last 2 weeks.
I gotta paint this bright.
It
too.
almost seems like it might have been... Wait a minute, I think here. So, when was it I started going to AA? That was on the 9th, right?
Jesus Christ, dude. Like, how much is his brain just fucking deformed from alcohol that he is this bad at dates? Like, either I literally think it's either alcohol or he just doesn't care enough to retain it in his brain. It's so fucking bad.
It seems like it was 2 days before that. That's what it
Okay,
seems like.
so
That's what it
that was
seems like.
definitely within 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was definitely within 2 weeks.
So there you go.
But I don't remember if
He's just bad at lying, yeah.
that's right or not.
Well, there's something about you that remembers.
Well, I just don't remember. No, dude, like, he's one of those people who's just like, I'm gonna use I don't remember as a crutch so that they can't get mad at me, because if I don't, like, you can't fault people for not remembering, when it's like, nah, dude, you totally can. Ew. What the fuck is going on in this bottle? Sorry, I got distracted by something on my desk.
So there's a reason why you failed the question.
Ah, so he took a lie detector test and failed the question. I see.
You knew
I
that
know.
it wasn't, when he says 2 weeks and you're not sure, that probably raises enough of a question. When you say no.
Also, Lorne should have just said, I know it's a lie detector, but he should have legitimately just been like, I don't know. Like, I have no idea. Like, I'm sure that the lie detector person has been in a situation like that. They probably could have, you know what? Hold on. He's not going to answer right now, but we'll see if he answers later. So my husband takes lie detectors for his job. And I was like, hey, can you say I don't know on a lie detector? Like I said, he probably won't answer right now. But...
Oh, I have not drank. That's not a definite answer.
I know. But
well, I know.
In 2 weeks. I had already told them that I hadn't because I was thinking that I hadn't.
This is a convoluted bullshit story he's telling right now. Like, what the fuck, man?
There was I went to AA on that Tuesday. Then I went again this last Tuesday. And I automatically thought 2 weeks.
What about any...
That is 2 weeks, Lorne. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
other time in between then? Did you have at least one beer?
Nope.
No.
I haven't had any since I've been going to AA.
I'm just waiting for him to be like, well, actually, because he always does that. He always is like, well, wait a minute, actually. Like, he throws that in.
Since the 9th.
Since the 9th.
Okay.
And she is the week before that Maria told me that she wanted me to start going to AA.
Hi, Becca.
And remember, I had mentioned it to you, and oh no, you were gone then. But I had sent a text to your phone saying that I wish you'd let me go to the one in Skowhegan because it was closer.
What? Is he blaming her for where he has to go for AA? Are you fucking serious? Hold on. Hold the fuck on.
You have at least one beer.
Sorry, I went back a little
Nope.
far, but...
I haven't had any since I've been going to AA.
Since the 9th.
Since the 9th.
But homeboy here is really about to blame her for why he has to go to a farther location. Fuck off, Lauren.
Okay.
Like, he acts like he has no autonomy in this world. Like, well, they told me to do that. Well, I just did what they told me. I wanted to do this, but they told me to do that. Like, take some fucking responsibility. How's everyone doing today? I'm alright. I, slept a little late. Oh, like a little bastard, but I'm doing alright.
And she is the week before that Maria told me that she wanted me to start going to AA. And remember, I had mentioned it to you, and oh no, you were gone then. But I had sent a text to your phone saying that I wish you'd let me go to the one in Skowhegan
Why is that her responsibility? Why is that her fault, Lauren?
because it was closer, and I didn't know when the one in Canaan was. But then I
Lauren.
found out when the one in Canaan was, and I liked that better than going to Skowhegan anyway.
What was the point of that story then, dude?
So, but it wasn't until the 9th that I started going to the one in Canaan.
I don't get what the point of his fucking
So when
story
did
was.
Maria tell you that she wanted you to go to AA?
Hello, La Senorita.
It was, I believe, it was on the 1st.
On Monday the 1st?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't seem, I don't know.
So why would Maria tell you to go to AA?
Gee, Lorne, it's almost like you're an alcoholic.
Because I told her when I drank. I was being honest with her about when I drank.
Almost
Okay.
like you're an alcoholic, Lorne. You ever think of that?
Go to AA. And she told me that it would also help her when she had to go in front of the judge to show the judge what I had been doing and the steps that I had made.
Yo, that judge is probably fucking pissed. Like, yeah, AA is AA. A meeting is a meeting. It's about putting the work in. Like, what the fuck is he trying to say? Oh, that's a good point, Becca. I bet one of the leaders, the one leading the meeting, and one was probably a woman.
I was like, all right, Debbie wants me to go to AA too, so and I really do want to stop drinking. So
Yeah,
what
I
gotta
thought
do?
AA was something that you thought of on your own, but it was actually Maria's story. That's what
It was
she wanted
Maria.
you to do so that she could go in front of a judge.
Yeah, it was Maria's idea for me to go to AA. She's the one that said for me to go to AA. But after that, it was like I got to thinking more and more because of all the.
I got to
you.
thinking. I fucking hate him
You wanted me to
sometimes.
keep going to
All the
AA,
time. I hate him all the
And I
time.
thought about it even more, and I was like, I really do want to quit drinking. So that's when I talked to Maria.
So when you, so was
Actually,
this?
wait a minute, because I saw Maria on Sunday. No, on Monday.
Trying to keep up with Lorne's timeline is the biggest pain in the ass, and I sincerely think he does it on purpose.
I think I drank that Monday.
So you saw her that Monday. She suggests that you go to AA, and then you drank.
I just don't know which Monday it was.
Good
I
going,
saw her
Lorne.
that Monday.
You saw her Monday the 1st.
Wait a minute.
Maybe he is just fucking, like, brain dead, because holy shit, like... Or, you know what, he probably is trying to cover for his lies. I think it's him covering for his lies.
God, I remember.
Because he's not having to remember these specific things, he's having to remember his lies. So that's why he keeps getting tripped up.
Days.
Because you had already been going to AA. You went a couple of times. I mean, it didn't go well, but...
Didn't he
was
go
that
drunk
her
to AA one
suggestion
time?
Back then, too?
Back then, no, that was your suggestion back then.
Okay.
Why the... Lord is such a fucking predator. I can't. Like, his entire life is just focused on women, and it's like, obviously women are great, but like, you can't live your life focused like that. Oh my god.
Did you tell her that you had been a couple of times and then you drank immediately after?
Yeah.
I don't know if I told her that or not. I told her I had been a couple times. I don't know if I did tell her that I drank, but I don't know if I told her that if I drank immediately after or not.
Uh-huh.
'Cause I don't think I specified the times that I...
Yeah, he's fucking pathetic.
Right.
Okay. So
Absolutely pathetic.
what was the purpose of you meeting with her on the 1st?
On the 1st was... Well, what was it?
Mixing and texturing.
Oh, I think that's when I had to sign the paper for this drug test thing.
Okay.
I think that's what that was for, because that was the last time I was in her office and I had to sign the papers then.
Okay.
And then she had to set it all up.
This always scares me.
Hang on one
Sorry,
second.
that's
I'm just gonna check
Solvent
really quick because I
softens
remember you
any
sent me
surface.
pictures of that paper, and I want to just check the date really quick. So, because I'm just trying to make sure that I understand.
Lord is about to get
and
called the
not,
fuck
and not
out.
Get things all muddled up and confused, like I
didn't
normally
think
do.
about it. All right, that was on the July 8th.
So he's correcting his story again. Hi, Disney girl. I'm playing a game called Such Art. It's you do lots of paints and stuff. It's fun.
I got the paper right in front of me.
Okay, so you met with her on July 8th, and then you drank that day.
Did I drink that day?
Honestly, I think any animal is smarter than Lorne, even dumb ones. Like frogs. Frogs are fucking dumb, but I think my frogs are a million times smarter than Lorne Armstrong.
Well, you said that after you met with her. You did.
No, it was the day after. It was the day before. The day before, because it was on Sunday. The day
What
before.
the fuck are you talking about, Lauren?
On the 7th is when you went and bought the 6-pack.
A ball.
Yeah. No, the 8th is when I asked if she could
Oh, this
do
thing.
something to help me
I forgot about this guy.
stop drinking. That's what she did. She went in and talked to Bryce, and then she came up with that.
Did she already have that? Did she already have that all set up based on the last polygraph and the last time that you had already admitted to her that you were drinking?
Not as far as I knew, she didn't. She never said anything to me about it.
No, but hold up.
And maybe she already had it in her mind to do it, but
Yeah, I mean, well,
She
the
didn't
only
say anything to
are you
me.
paying for these tests?
no.
Okay.
The government has to pay for them.
Okay.
So that's fun to hear. Lorne doesn't pay for his lie detector tests. The government does. Cool. So, if you're in Maine, just keep in mind that this is what your tax dollars are going to. What do frogs poop look like? So, I've seen frog poop. It's weird because it's a lot bigger than, like, you'd think it would be. It looks like it came from a bigger animal, but no, it's frog poop. Like, big enough... I'm trying to think how... Like... I'm trying to think how big to compare it. Because they poop, like... They give giant fucking poops. It's weird. Like, if you're walking around on the sidewalk and you see, like, a big old poop... That, like... Not like a giant poop that looks like a bear or like a fucking rabbit or a raccoon does. But it's like maybe the size of like your average slug. That's a good size estimate. Like they poop pretty big.
The way that I'm thinking about it is
So what does this stuff do? Let's try it.
she would make a suggestion to you like going to AA, but she's not going to go through the trouble in the paperwork and getting requests completed and permissions in order to
What does it do?
set up this urinalysis, which is going to cost money.
Yeah, so maybe she...
Is it like
Probably
turtle's
already had
poop?
it.
Yeah, I'd say it's kind of comparable to turtle poop. I hit play.
might to do something with me.
Yeah, and I mean that would make sense that they didn't want to do the breathalyzer anymore because they needed to do something more, maybe something that's going to be more accurate.
Yeah, that wouldn't be more accurate than the breathalyzer though.
So they tried the breathalyzer, and I believe you had said that it didn't work a couple of times, that you had either missed doing it or you failed.
No, breathalyzer. I was all good with the breathalyzer on every one of them.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I thought that you told me that there was issues with that too.
Uh-huh, Lauren. Yep.
No.
Yep, you're lying again, dude. You're lying the fuck again.
The breathalyzer was fine. I was all good with the breathalyzer. Because when I did the breathalyzer, I think there was a couple times that I missed because I was sleeping. So I had to go and tell them, well, it wasn't Maria that was doing it. It was another probation officer that was doing the breathalyzer thing. So I had to call her the next day and tell her that I didn't, that I missed it at the time that it went off because I was sleeping or...
Uh-huh. Sure, Lauren. Sure. I like how I can just carry this whole big-ass thing.
When did it normally go off?
At random. I know it went off once on me in the middle of the night. I didn't get it because I was sleeping.
Were you
And
drinking?
I feel like-
honestly?
I feel like that's kind of false. Hi, sad face. Like, I feel like they probably said it at a reason. Like, they probably, I don't know. Like, maybe with Lorne, because they knew he was such an infamous fucking drinker, that they were like, okay, we have to set this going off 24 hours a day because, we're gonna have to set this off 24 hours a day because Lorne is such a heavy drinker that he probably drinks at like 4 in the morning. But I imagine with most people, like, they probably don't have it go off in the middle of the night. I don't know. I've never had a breathalyzer like that, so I don't know.
No, I wasn't drinking.
You didn't drink
I was
at
literally-
all during the time when you had the breathalyzer.
that whole 3 months I didn't drink at all.
Okay.
That's why I really wanted the breathalyzer. Because I knew I'd.
Because I will say, Lorne does well with somebody up his ass all the time. I don't know why. Yeah, it was probably only 10 o'clock at night, if I had to guess.
Have to be accountable. I knew it was going to be right there with me. It wouldn't interrupt my work for another thing. And I knew I could do it right then and there.
I want to see why they're making you do this pee test. If that worked so well, I want to see why this time they're having to take it another step.
Oh, yeah, Walt.
I'd like it all, because I'd rather have the breathalyzer.
Okay. You know what? Let me see if Emma's available. I want to see if she
they're gonna call Emma,
because since she's dealt with this kind of stuff before, maybe she's seen it.
Okay.
It's ringing right now.
Yeah, I would also make that go off every 30 seconds. Be like, no, you could be drinking.
Okay.
Call Emma.
She might still be working.
I think she was shopping earlier. She
Hello?
told me that.
Oh, is she? Hey, Emma.
Hi.
Hi. So I have Lauren here on the line, and we were just talking.
Hi, Emma Lou.
Hey, you.
Ugh. Emma Lou. It's a fucking weirdo.
We were just talking about his drug test that he's supposed to be taking, and why they may have gone to a pee test instead of giving him the breathalyzer again.
Pee test.
Usually because the breathalyzers, if you had blown positive, if you've ever had one in your history, or you didn't have a perfect track record with that, and they saw that you needed it again, they would go up the next tier to something like urinalysis.
Ah, that makes sense.
Okay.
And then, you know, for certain drugs, whatever your drug of choice is, it would be a blood test after that. Is that what, are they making Lorne do something totally different now?
Well, they're having him do the pee test instead of doing it. They didn't give him a
It's
breathalyzer
so fucking
again.
funny.
Oh.
Do you remember when I did the breathalyzer, Emma?
Oh, yeah, I remember it well. It was in
Yeah,
October 2017, and you had a dirty, and twice you didn't show up when you should have. So maybe that's why they
I had
did
it
it.
dirty.
I had a
didn't have
dirty?
any dirties.
Oh,
I
fuck.
didn't have any dirties.
No, you did, babe.
Huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
you did. You gave me the, you sent me pictures of the paperwork of your reprimand.
She probably has extensive records kept on Lord because he lies all the fucking time. And she also just said, she has the paperwork from his, because he's like, look, I trust you so much, I'm sending you my legal paperwork. I'm not gonna need that anymore. Are you painting breeds? Shh, I might be.
You fucking liar. Hold on. I have my satchel right here because I keep your CDs in my my work case because it has a lock on it.
Oh,
Hold on.
fancy.
I don't remember having any dirties on that. 'Cause I don't think I drank the whole time.
Uh-huh. You could hear the wheels turn, and he's like, how do I fucking lie to make myself not look bad on this?
Miss X, sorry.
That's almost 2 years ago, so maybe you just don't remember.
Oh, here's a picture I drew of Lorne and Bud. Here it is.
Oh.
In addition to any other requirements, defendant shall submit to testing with a remote alcohol monitoring device that measures breath alcohol content for a period not to exceed 4 months. During the alcohol testing period, the court authorized a search of defendant's geographic location and research of the case files and records of the breathalyzer test. On October 3rd, Armstrong failed to submit a breath test as directed. On October 6th, Armstrong failed to submit a breath test as directed.
So, in a 3-day period, he fucked up twice. How fucking... What the fuck? Are you painting Mr. Penis? Well, it was supposed to be boobs, and then I accidentally fucked up and made the line go over here. So, like, I'll fix that somehow.
On October 4th, Armstrong submitted a positive alcohol test with a 0.07 blood alcohol content. U.S. probation officer Stacy Laughlin contacted Armstrong about the positive result. He admitted to consuming
Those are
alcohol.
balls!
Did you forget about that? Sweetie, that was when you were Mona. Yeah.
I
Did
did.
forget about that. I still don't remember it.
Hi, doggy. Oh, that's a
You know,
picture of my friend with his dog. Do you want it, sweetie? Yeah. Here you go.
Aw.
Is that okay? Sorry, Lauren. Here you go, sweetie. He's gonna color it. All right, I'm gonna have to let you go. I'm on kid duty. But you can call me back. I'll be around about an hour or two.
Okay. All right.
Take care, guys.
Right.
You're welcome.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Emma.
Bye.
Alrighty, bye
Thank
bye.
you, Emma. I can't wait for her to rip him a new asshole.
All right.
There. At least now we know.
There's the awkward laugh. There's the awkward, well, at least we know.
Yeah.
How did she wind up coming up with that so fast?
Well, I guess she has it in a bag that she carries that has a lock on it, and she probably keeps all her important stuff in there.
And then my other favorite quote thing that Lorne does is when he's like, well, how did you guys find that so fast? Like, who cares? They just found it. Like, I don't, he's so fucking bad. I can't with him. It's like he's breaking my brain.
How did it wind up that important for her to carry my paperwork around?
I don't know. Well, she thinks you're important. She wants to look out for you.
Well, can you imagine if she didn't, like, carry his paperwork around? He'd be like, well, I guess I'm not important enough for you to keep my things safe. Oh, wait, hold on. For my examination, the only two answers were yes and no. No other answers were permitted. That's why he always gets mad when people look up his public records. He can't lie his way out of facts. Yeah, exactly. It's just fucking sad. Like, he's so fucking transparent, and he thinks he's so goddamn smart, and it's like, nah, dude, like, everybody can see what the fuck you're doing. Like, just stop. Just tell the truth.
Right. Oh, this is nuts. Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
at least you know you can always call her and she'll tell you exactly what was going on there.
Oh, that is so fucking funny.
Why? Why is it funny, Lorne?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
All right. So, does that make sense to you now?
Yeah, but I still don't remember the fourth.
Even if you don't remember it, there's fucking evidence that you did, you motherfucker.
Drinking, I don't remember it.
They have the test. Obviously, they had to speak to you about it.
I don't remember it. That's not, like, I don't know why he thinks that absolves him of the responsibility. You can't, like, I'm sure I did shitty things years ago that I don't remember, but I still did them. I would still have to be responsible for them.
Maybe after that first one, maybe that's when I went to...
It's scary how he's a habitual liar, but he's the first one to always say he can't lie. Yeah, he's one of those people where it's like, we all know somebody like this where they lie a lot, but they always start their stuff with honestly. Like, it's she's such a liar that, like, he's trying to compensate for the fact that, like, he lies so much, I guess.
Rest of the time, not drinking. Like I said, I'd look for people. I'd never be able to find.
Oh yeah, give me that Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Oh God. I wish I can remember when it started.
Wish I could remember when it started. So now, instead of talking about the issue, he's gonna, like, mull around and try to cause some kind of distraction instead of talking about the actual issue. If Lorne ever told the truth, it would physically wound him. He would get 5 points of psychic damage.
Okay, yeah, we can ask her the next time she's on the line.
I know I went a long time not drinking.
Mm-hmm.
It really seems like it was after that time there that I blew a positive. It seems like it was after that I didn't drink the rest of the time that I was on it. Remember, I was working for Linkledge when I think I just started working for Linkletters.
Well,
So you remember working for Linkletter, but you don't remember when you fucking drank, dude? That should be a sign of something. And to tell you the truth is one of those TCAP lines that always pisses me off. Yeah, because it's like, you know they're not.
remember Emma said
maybe
that
at
it
the
was
end of
when
it.
you were with Ramona. So when did that end?
Crap, I don't remember that either.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Sure.
remember when that ended. I don't keep
Alright.
track of dates like everybody else.
Okay. Well, you know, it really helps.
It's not keeping track. Like, I when you actively want to remember things, you can remember them. Like, I remember the exact day of the first date I had with my husband. And that was like 4 years ago. I remember the exact day. So shut the fuck up, Lorne.
To know this kind of stuff.
And especially, I bring up my husband because it's like, Lorne is always so like, oh, I love you, baby. Like, he's so obsessed with, like, relationships that you think he would actually fucking remember this.
You know, so that you're aware of the things that are happening, how long something was going on.
Yeah, no. I should keep track of the stuff.
All right. Hang on one second. I'm just going to, maybe she'll answer a text if I text her really quick. Since we're talking about it, we may as well know.
Good thing I got you and Emma and Whitney. I don't fucking remember anything.
That's sad. That's absolutely fucking sad. Well, good thing I have you and Emma and Winnie, because I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
I did say 4 years ago.
Oh, God, I don't
And
think
then-
about this stuff. I
Well-
just do it and get it done.
I mean, it's,
What a guy,
yeah.
huh? Crap.
Okay. So now we know that the breathalyzer really wasn't successful because had it been, you wouldn't have drank
Yep.
and
Yeah.
had a bad test.
Shit.
That really sucks.
Yep. No, he definitely can remember. He's just trying to deflect because he thinks it'll get him off the hook. He wants a relationship but can't handle the reality. Exactly.
Lauren.
I know.
Like,
I
why
know.
would you do that?
I don't know.
Did you think that you could beat the system? Like, how you...
Yeah, no, the fact that he always is like when he's like getting all bashful with women because he thinks he's cute. He's not. He's fucking gross.
You had beat the other polygraphs and stuff like that, didn't think you would
I
get
don't know.
caught?
I don't know if it was because I was trying to beat it or if I just didn't care anymore because of all the Ramona crap. I don't know really what happened.
Lorne, you
That's why.
they shouldn't have told him that he was with Ramona because now he has a new excuse. Now he has a new excuse. He's grasped onto a new excuse why it's not his fault.
If I knew when it started, I might be able to.
Guess what? Emma sent me a picture of the paper.
Oh, good. Well, good. Cause I wish you had all of, probably of all of them. That way you know right off the bat.
Let's see.
He's fucking pathetic.
I had your address. I just mail you everything I have.
Oh, God.
He's pathetic.
Who we talking
If I had your address, like what a fucking freak. He'd be sending her dick pics in the mail every day.
about that lunch? You would definitely have fun.
Probably OJ's attorneys didn't have as much paperwork and reprimands and all kinds of
Probably.
stuff in there. Okay, July 27th. Oh yeah, here's where it said. Okay. So this is where she was reading it from. She said October 3rd, you did not take the test. October 6th, you did not take the test.
Mm-hmm.
But it was on the 4th that the test was positive.
October 3rd. I wonder why I didn't do this.
Lauren, you can't. He's sitting there trying to be like, well, I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't take the test. Like, okay, don't sit and mull on it. It happened. Just try not to do it again. Like, He for a dude who's like, don't bring up my past, all he fucking does is sit in the past. It's annoying.
Like for the third.
I would have to
It's like
say,
Shrek
Lorne,
with titties.
that you were probably drinking. Because...
What?
Debbie,
if
I'm
you
so
look at
sorry.
how-
Wait, I can touch your sexy ass.
Well, look at how close
Some DJ Payne and
dates are.
David Swan.
Does it say the time on it?
Oh my god.
No, it doesn't
Hey
say the
girl!
time.
Do you
No.
like this? It's like Shrek Lorne with
It just says the
titties.
dates. But considering how close they are,
Yep.
and the positive
many
one
of-
was on the 6th, and the 3rd and the 4th, you didn't. So let me actually, I'm going to go in the Wayback Machine.
It's only those 3 times that I missed it, though, right?
Well, I'm going to
Okay,
take
hold
a
on,
closer
hold
look
on.
at this. This is where, in this
Yeah, exactly. Professor Yaffle, like, the confidence of this dude is off the fucking charts. He must have had his mom saying to him every day, "Oh, look at you, Lorne. You're a handsome boy. You're a perfect little man." Like, every fucking day for him to, his confidence to be this fucking high.
particular section, this is where it's listed. So the 3rd
Can I sell
on
these?
2017 was a Tuesday. The 4th
No,
was
yeah.
when you failed.
Greets are
was
so
on a
relaxing.
Wednesday. So it's very possible that they sent you a text before midnight on the 3rd, and then you didn't take that, but then on the 4th you ended up taking it. Maybe they sent you another one, and then the 6th was on a Friday.
That makes sense. Like, they were like, "Oh, he's sleeping, so let's send him another one." I'd rather listen to that Twilight fanfic again than hear Lorne lie.
So
6th was on a Friday, and I think I worked a lot of Saturdays. So maybe it
100
was the
credits
6th.
for
The reason
a
I didn't
large
take it was
thing of a
because I was
creepy
sleeping.
clown.
in all
There was once or
honesty,
twice that I was sleeping.
you have absolutely drank the night before working,
Yep.
and you've been
Yeah.
hungover and you sleep in. So that
Yep.
definitely happens. So it's possible
Yeah.
that on the 4th, maybe it was when you woke up, they sent you another text to take it, and that's when it came back positive.
Yep.
You know, I don't know the times that they were sending this to you.
Lorne is a creepy clown.
What you just said might have rang a bell.
Uh-huh. Sure, dude. Would his breets be lopsided and look like they're melting just like his ears and eyes? Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Because I remember Stacy calling me that morning
Mm-hmm.
to ask me why I didn't take the test.
Okay.
And well, no, she sent the test to me, and
She sent it to you on the 3rd, and then she called you on the 4th and asked you why
Yeah.
you didn't take it.
then
Yeah, so his drinking has affected his job. So he does have an addiction. Like, addictions come up when they affect your life, when they become all-encompassing parts of your life. I think, in a sense, we all have things that we're addicted to, things that, if left unchecked, they would go out of control. And Lorne, I don't fucking know, man. He's insane. I have a pimple and I get a little self-conscious. Lorne's entire head is melting and he thinks he's God's gift to women.
that morning she sent it to me on the 4th. And
Okay.
I took it, and I figured I must be fine by then. And she must have got the
So how much... So he drank that much the night before and then took a polygraph test the next morning or took a breathalyzer the next morning and he still failed. How fucking wasted was he?
results, and then called me and asked me what happened the night before. I told her I drank.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, so you do remember
when-
Lorne all of a sudden
That's when I
when presented with innumerable unyielding evidence, you decide to tell the truth. Fuck
admitted to
you.
her that I drank. So I remember she called me that morning after I took the test, and she told me that I had failed it.
Fuck you,
Okay.
Lorne.
Had that ever worked before then?
Had whatever worked before.
Like you're drinking, like say they sent you the reminder to take the test at 5 o'clock.
I'm gonna draw
on
Lorne as a
Thursday.
clown. I
So
mean, he
you
is a
blow it,
clown, but
and you know that they're not going to send you another one. I don't think on the same day. They would only send it once a day, right?
No.
Oh, that
No,
could be
they
any
No.
time. Okay.
Yeah, well, I think it started out at 5 times a day,
Okay.
Gee, I wonder why they felt the need to fucking test you that much. Does that not fucking concern you, dude?
And then I think it went down to like 3 times a day.
Okay. So then maybe...
And it was at random.
Okay.
No shit.
So then it's possible that on Thursday you had...
I'm kind of amazed. So, it was a thing on his phone, right? I'm kind of amazed that was able to work on his fucking flip phone.
taken all of your tests for that day. You figure, okay, I'm going to have 3. 3 of them already came in. After the last one, there was enough time for you to start drinking. And you figured, by the time I wake up, I'm hopefully going to be sober enough. And hopefully during that time, they wouldn't have sent me another test. And hopefully they're not going to send me one right then.
He's a motherfucker.
On in the day.
He is a
So you took the
motherfucker.
chance. So
Yeah.
did you do that sometime?
I think that was the only time that I did that.
No. Oh, thank you, Disney girl. It smells like 100% beef burger.
And I think that the way you just said that, I think that was my thought process. At
That was
the
my
time.
thought process.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering if it had crossed your mind, because obviously getting away from alcohol has been almost impossible for you. Even
It really
with
has.
the breathalyzer attached to your phone, it's impossible for you to stay away from it 100%.
It's been an issue. It makes me mad because it never used to be an issue.
I think they sent a text to your phone. The equipment is separate. I think even his Fisher Price flip phone can get text. A lot of people here acting jealous because they've never been mistaken for Justin Timberlake. Holy shit. The pushy's good, but it doesn't taste like a burger. Well, that's because burgers have flavor, and Lauren doesn't like flavor. I wonder if Lauren still eats sugar like a
We used
termite.
to have a problem
Probably.
with it.
Well, here's the thing, Lauren.
Probably 90% of
is
his
that
diet.
you have to think about is when you say it makes me mad because it used to not be an issue. That's irrelevant.
It makes me mad because it used to not be an issue. Gee, I wonder why it became an issue, Lauren. Maybe because of your own fucking behavior, dude?
Well, yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that it bothers me that
It bothers him, guys.
now it's hard for me to get away from it.
But that's not
really
something I think that's productive to concentrate on.
Exactly.
That's true, because it doesn't do me any good to
Why
concentrate
fucking
on
focus
that right
on
now.
it for so long if you
Right.
can't do anything about it?
That's why I'm saying it's been impossible for you to get away from it.
It's also like how he tries to change people's perception of him because he doesn't want people like knowing that he's a fucking pedophile. And it's like, dude, you're better off just being like, okay, people are gonna think of me how they think of me.
From it, and I feel like you had gotten such a benefit out of drinking. It made you feel better. You wanted to, whether it was alone or when you would go to Tony's.
I can tell you that the whole thing has bothered me, and I was
Bothered
to
me.
try to get away from the thought of it all.
What do you mean the whole
Of
thing
everything.
bothers you?
Bothers him so fucking bad. Low key would have preferred Lauren's Super Bowl halftime show over JT's. He would just be, hold on, let me pull something up. It would have just been this. It would have just been like this.
Look at the two of you dancing that way, lost in the moment, in each other's face.
It would just be this.
So much in love, you're alone in this place, like there's nobody else in the world. I was enough for her not long ago. I was her
Please
number
stand for
one.
the national anthem.
She told me so, and she still means the world to me, just so you know. So be careful when you hold my girl. Time changes everything, life must go on, and I'm not gonna stand in your way. I loved her first, I held her first, and a place in my heart will...
Oh, I was literally about to say, I will say this one is better than him singing on the phone, but then he just had that magnificent voice crack right there.
Will always be hers. From the first breath she breathed, when she
Yeah, everybody
first
get your
smiled
lighters
at
ready.
me, I knew the love of a father runs deep. And I prayed that she'd find you someday.
Same! I wish you could have seen the decoy's face!
Give her away.
Oh, god damn it.
Her first.
We're fixing that.
How could that
There's more fellas.
beautiful woman with you be the same freckle-faced kid that I knew? The one that I read all those fairy tales to.
Ugh.
And tucked into bed all those nights. And I knew the first time I saw you with her,
I decided I want to put it on his chin, actually.
I loved her first.
Put the nose down here.
I held her first.
Lighters,
and the
people!
place
Lighters in
my
the air!
heart will always be hers.
Ah!
From the first
Hold
breath
on!
she breathed,
Hold the fuck
when
on!
she first...
How could that beautiful decoy I knew be the same 3 other freckle-faced girls in my view? Hey, Bill.
smiled at me.
Oh my god.
I knew the love of a father runs
You shouldn't
deep.
know the love of a father runs deep,
I
Lauren.
prayed that she'd find you someday, but it's still hard to give her away. I loved her first. From the first breath she breathed, when she first smiled at me,
There's his mouth. He's like a
I knew
Picasso
the
clown.
love of a father runs deep. Someday you might know what I'm going through, when a miracle smiles up at you.
Ugh.
I loved her first.
Remember, y'all, he wants nothing but daughters because he's a fucking freak.
The whole thing, the sticking, everything I did, went through, the internet stuff. After
And here he is bringing up the internet stuff. Lauren is our little clown.
getting out of prison, everything bothered me so much, and I would
Bothers me.
sometimes just try to get away from them, or actually a lot of times try to get away from them. And that's a big reason why I would go over to Tony's, because I could sit there and we drink and not talk about this thing. And
That's fucking false, Lauren, because you've claimed before that Tony and Wendy say, get on the ground, get on the ground! Like, they fucked with you all the time, so what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
and the internet and things I said.
They would make fun of you for that shit.
He'd say
Right.
that every great once in a while. He'd say that,
Yeah.
and I know that he'd just be kidding with me, just poking me a little bit.
Right.
So you can't have it both ways, dude. You can't have it, well, they wouldn't talk about the sting around me, but also they would make fun of me and say, get on the ground to tease me. Like, you can't have it both ways. He told Winnie when they had kids he wouldn't be around them at all. If I remember correctly, I think the exact quote was, they'll never be around me alone, I think is what he was saying. But even then, what the fuck kind of precaution is that? I would have spent my life savings to watch Tony and Wendy bully Lauren. Oh, yes. How happy do you think Wendy is right now that she doesn't have to deal with Lauren anymore? Like, I'm sure she's fucking heartbroken that Tony's gone. But, hey, no Lauren.
But
Well,
the conversation wasn't based around what was being said on the internet about me and the sting and all that. And maybe that's part of the.
that... Lauren, They get on the ground is a thing from the sting, you fucking moron.
The reason why I enjoy going over the Tony's.
It's always what I
Well,
went
it
through,
wasn't
never
gonna
what I
be-
did. Yeah, I mean, Judge Woodcock put it, put it nicely. He was like, you can't stop making yourself the victim of your own crimes. It's literally all his mantra is making himself the victim of his own crimes.
Part of the conversation when you were hanging out with your mom or someone else.
It would. That's true too, because Mom wouldn't talk about it hardly at all.
Your mom's probably
Right.
fucking embarrassed, dude.
So-
Nobody else
it was-
would be, though.
It was likely just because you wanted to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Quite possible. I can't really say quite possible because I want the first beer after I'd numbed my tongue from the first beer. The rest of them tasted all right. And
Uh-huh.
felt good to just on myself.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I enjoyed the drinking,
Right.
and I enjoyed the drinking with Tony, and that became a problem because I like drinking with Tony.
Well, because you would get in your car after and you would drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lorne doesn't get that's the big fucking problem that everybody had. Like, okay. Hi, Dan Jones. Like, sure, if you want to fucking drink at home and break the law in your own house, whatever. But the fact that he would drive drunk and he doesn't get why people are pissed about that. Yeah, you are not the victim of your own crime. Exactly.
He'd never come over here to drink. So when he wouldn't drive, didn't want to drive.
You didn't have to go over there.
Yep.
Right. It was my choice.
And you
Right,
didn't
it was your
have to
choice,
drive
yeah.
home.
So
You could have called a cab.
whether
You
or
called
not
a
they
cab
wanted
one
to
time.
Come over and hang out with you, or if they made you come over to see them all the time, that doesn't matter either.
You know.
It's the point that you went there, and even if you only did it one time, it's still one time too many.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
no.
too many times when it's the first 10 times. It's too many
Mhm.
times the first 20, and it just goes on and on.
Yep.
Especially when I get so much to lose and I can kill someone in the process.
And you know these things, and it was the unfortunate thing
And
that
you still do them. You know
that
it,
gets
and you still
thrown out the
fucking do
window
it.
as soon as you decide that you just want to go ahead and do it anyway.
Oh, hi, Michael's Decap
What would
channel.
have happened is you would have cried about it if you got caught.
Oh, God. I'm so fucking grateful that Lorne does not have children. Because we know he would be grooming that fucking kid, that baby. That poor fucking baby. Oh, my God. That's so fucking horrifying to think about.
Yeah. Stupid.
And at that point, it's too late. So, it's the same story over and over. You know exactly what you're doing. You try to beat the system, and you're just not going to.
He tries to be... He thinks he's smarter than the system. And it's like, okay, yeah, our system has a lot of problems. Our system has a fuck ton of problems. But generally, people like Lorne aren't going to beat the system. Because one, he doesn't even, trust his fucking lawyers. But, Jesus Christ. I'm so surprised Lorne never became a First Amendment auditor. I mean, he's kind of borderline there, considering he fucking... I think it was the robot. I think the fucking robot was like, "Oh, you're taking money from that untrustworthy government," or something, like parroting his own words back to him, which is clear that Lorne doesn't trust the government. Which, gee, I wonder why you don't trust the government, considering they own you now, sir.
Stupid to try.
It is
the only
stupid to
system-
try, but you keep doing it. That's the
system that
problem.
The system that I'm trying to beat is my own. Because it's
No,
screwed up my life.
Lorne.
No, you're trying to beat society system. You're trying to beat the system that's put in place by probation.
Mhm.
That's what you're trying to beat. Your own system is you're going along with that
Yes,
just
Lorne,
fine.
you're trying to beat the system.
You're right, because I'm rebelling. I was rebelling against it because I didn't want all that freedom taken away like that.
What do you mean?
Well, gee, you should have thought about that before you went to go fuck a child.
By them saying you can't drink at all?
Right.
So what was that going to prove by you drinking and failing your test?
So he was saying fuck you to the man by drinking. That was his way of rebelling. What a fucking loser. Like, I don't know. I think a better way to, like, rebel against the man or whatever would be to, like, do good in the world. And I'm not saying that, like, the government is, like, a big evil thing. No, it's just, in this society specifically, the people in charge are more focused on financial gains. So it's like, Lorne, you probably could have fought the system by just, like, being a good person. You know? He initially didn't have that condition. Yeah, no. He initially was just, I think it literally was just,
It wasn't proving
hey,
anything.
you're on probation, and then it just
ignorant.
kept getting worse.
Saying, haha, I did it anyway.
Who's
It
saying
could
haha
have
now?
done so much damage.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah,
saying ha-ha?
who's saying haha now? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I want to hear that again. I can't do precise scrubbing,
Rebelling
goddamn.
against it. Because I didn't want all that freedom taken away like that.
What do you mean by them saying you can't drink at all?
Right.
So what was that going to prove by you drinking and failing your test?
It wasn't proving anything other than I was being ignorant. Saying, haha, I did it anyway.
Being an ignorant.
Who's
It
saying
could've-
haha now?
Hi, Kelpill.
Done so much damage.
Who's saying haha now?
Lauren?
I know.
Not you.
Not me.
So
That's
here,
the
I
answer.
want to read this to you. Since you don't have the paper, I want to read it to you because I want you to see how long this has been going on.
Oh,
Okay.
God. Here we go.
Because on here, on the very first page, it gives some examples.
I guess what?
It gives some
What?
examples of times when they've had to make contact with you regarding alcohol.
Okay.
I didn't mean to make them so
you
round,
have
but...
September 15th, 2015. There was a home inspection, and that's when Mitchell was there. Actually, there's his name. He observed you consuming alcohol, and you admitted to drinking 4 beers.
Mm-hmm.
And there were 8 that were observed at the residence.
I think this is before Emma had first contact with Lorne. This incident right here.
So there's your 12-pack right there. You just happened to have already gone through 8 of them.
Are you really gonna argue it,
I think
dude?
I remember that. And I hadn't gone through...
So you remember something from 2015, almost fucking 10 years ago, but you're like, oh, I don't remember what I did 2 years ago. Fuck off, Lorne.
8.
Well, it
There's
says
8
that there's
left in it.
8 empty beer bottles there when there's supposed to be 0.
When there's
I don't
supposed to
think
be
that was-
0.
I don't think I had already drank them that day.
Lorne, that's not the problem. So he's trying to say, well, I didn't drink them that day. The problem is that they were drunk in the first place.
I think those were from the day before. Because when Mitchell
That
was
does-
there,
so?
I wasn't drunk. I wasn't drunk.
That
I was
doesn't-
4 beers drunk.
I wasn't drunk. Dude, just fucking take the L already. Jesus Christ. Take the L that is your life. Because holy fuck.
But I was coherent, so I weren't, still slurring my words.
I weren't drunk. I were coherent, but I were still slurring my words. Gee, that almost sounds like you're fucking drunk, Lorne. And this also proves that him saying I don't remember is bullshit because he remembers this specific instance because it was called out. He's bullshitting.
All that crap. Mitchell sat right down and had a conversation with him. And he told me just to make sure I slowed down on the beer.
He did not tell you to slow down on the beer. He probably said stop drinking, bozo.
I'm going to get more than a 6-pack or something like that.
Okay, I find that very strange. But,
Well,
okay.
I remember him being there, and I remember him saying, "Don't get." He said something to the effect, "Don't drink or something like that." I remember I hadn't even had a 6-pack yet.
Mm-hmm.
Those empty bottles.
Yet.
I believe were from the night before. I think that's what I drank the night before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember quite clearly, but
Yeah.
that's what I believe. I'm not going to say that's exactly what happened.
I don't think that that's what happened, if I'm going to be
I've
honest
been-
with you. I think that you had a 12-pack. I think you already had drank 8 of them. I think that's what makes more sense.
Also, even if he hadn't drank them that day, it doesn't matter. He's not supposed to drink at all.
Well, the problem that I have with that is I've never been drunk around Mitchell.
But you don't really know that for sure.
That
Who cares? Why do you care if you've never been drunk around Mitchell or not? Hello, Gorilla Spawn.
I've been being drunk around Mitchell. I've never been drunk around Mitchell.
Who
But you
cares?
were intoxicated. So what do you mean by drunk? Do you mean by falling down? Do you mean that you're
I mean
in the
by-
bathroom vomiting? Do you mean that you're screaming at the top of your lungs at somebody on the phone? Like, what is your definition of drunk?
I like that dig
You
there.
were intoxicated. He knew that you were.
Well, I was obviously intoxicated, even if there was only 4.
So what's the difference, dumb shit? Yeah, he would say he wasn't drunk. You're still calling it drunk, dude. What are you talking about? I don't get him. I really don't. Like, his lines of reasoning make no fucking sense, and it's obviously a mad scramble to try to make excuses. It just doesn't make any sense.
But I
Right.
wasn't, because 8 beers really would make me drunk. And
So you drank 8 beers.
I
All right. Well,
stagger, I slur
listen.
my words or
I'm not.
whatever, something like that.
We're not going to go crazy here over this. I believe that you
Lorne is arguing over semantics.
had a 12-pack. That's what I believe. I don't think that they were from the day before. So we're going to move on to the next one. October
Okay.
7th. So we're at October 7th.
Okay.
It says, reported to sex offender treatment group while under the influence of alcohol.
Mm-hmm. He was fucking drunk when he showed up at his class.
He later admitted to the treatment provider that he had consumed 3 beers prior to attending treatment.
There's no way it was just 3 beers.
I remember
I
What
know,
is
North.
that about?
that was about Ramona.
So?
What about Ramona?
I was stressed out, and I bought,
That's not an
6-pack, I think.
excuse, dude.
and I went home, and I had 3 hours before I had to go to class. Or like 3 and
Okay, so let me tell y'all a story. So I have a wildlife permit for my state. I have a Maryland reptile and amphibian wildlife permit. That means I can go outside, and let's say I find 20 frogs. I legally can take all 20 frogs as long as I have adequate housing for them, right? So because of my surgery, I haven't been able to renew my permit. And apparently, since I'm a new permit holder, once a year, they will come and inspect your setup. So they saw I had currently 1 wildlife animal, right? So they went to my in-laws' house first because I hadn't updated my address. And so I got a call from my in-laws, and they were like, hey, expect this dude from the wildlife service to come up, because my mother-in-law was like, oh, they were all decked out in like police gear and stuff. And so hearing all that got me insanely fucking nervous. I was terrified. Like, I don't I take care of my animals, but like dealing with that kind of new situation gave me so much anxiety I couldn't sleep. So I was up like all fucking night. But the thing is, despite being the most stressed I've been in months, I didn't like go slam back the bottles of wine in my fridge. I didn't go like snort fucking Percocets. I didn't slam back some heroin. Like, I dealt with the stress in my own way, which wasn't, I'll admit it wasn't a healthy way, but at the same time, it's like, I was so stressed that I didn't sleep, and that's just kind of how it is. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I was tired, so I treated this person like shit. No, that's not what you can do. You just accept that, you accept what's going on, and you try to move past it. There you go. Also, the meeting went very well, by the way. It was like super easy, and like when he left, I was like, why was I so nervous? Anyways, my point being, we all have very stressful situations, and that's no. You don't use that as an excuse to shirk your responsibilities with substances. It's just fucking stupid. Lorne, my back hurt, my muscles ached, so I had to drive drunk. The last time they inspected your setup, you were just a couple frogs over the limit. You got herpetology over until it's got an HOI. When I get stressed out, I mainline Ajax in order to center myself. But what about the poor silverback? Do they have a license for that in Maryland? I don't think they do, but you know what? Just, it's fine. It's fine, Gorilla Spawn. Just run on through the state. I don't think they'll be able to catch you, Gorilla. Oh shit, I just skipped ahead a little bit. Hold on.
Drink too many or something. He made some comment. I was thinking he might have made the muscles real tight and I wanted them to loosen up.
Hold on.
Okay.
Clearly, but
Yeah.
that's what I believe. I'm not going to say that's exactly what happened.
I don't think that that's what happened.
I skipped a little ahead, sorry.
With you. I think that you had a 12-pack.
Okay, here we go.
I think you already had drank 8 of them. I think that
You like a bad boy.
Well, the problem that I have with that is I've never been drunk around Mitchell.
But you don't really know that for sure.
That I've been being drunk around Mitchell. I've never been drunk around Mitchell.
But you were intoxicated. So what do you mean by drunk? Do you mean by falling down? Do you mean that you're in the bathroom vomiting? Do you mean that you're screaming at the top of your lungs at somebody on the phone?
Screaming at the top of your lungs
what is your
somebody
definition
on the phone.
of drunk? You were intoxicated. He knew that you were.
Well, yeah, I was obviously intoxicated. Even if there was
I like the
focus.
dunce cap I made with a
Right.
little clown hat.
Because 8 beers really would make me drunk. And I
All right. Well, listen.
I'm not.
He's really arguing over semantics.
I believe that you had a 12-pack. That's what I believe. I don't think that they were from the day before. So we're going to move on to the next one.
I'll clean them off.
October
That was me.
7th. So we're at October 7th.
Okay.
It says, reported to sex offender treatment group while under the influence of alcohol.
Yep.
He later admitted to the treatment provider that he had consumed 3 beers prior to attending treatment.
I think it was more.
Yep. I remember
What
that.
is that about?
That was about.
I don't drink at all, and bitch, I be stressed. Never once crossed my mind to drink. I've considered edibles, but I'm gonna be blessed with these antidepressants for now. Yeah, it's... like, if you use things for stress relief, like, okay, it is what it is, but, like, you can't then blame your behavior just on the substance. Like, it's still your behavior. Yeah, he forgets that he already admitted all this.
What about Ramona?
I was stressed out.
Just
And
read 'em.
I bought a 6-pack, I think.
Want the glitter.
And I went home, and I had 3 hours before I had to go to class. Well, like 3.5 hours before.
So why not, I don't know, exercise? That relieves stress, right? That's like a healthy way to relieve stress, is exercise. Or, I don't know, smoke your 50 fucking cigarettes, I guess. Do deep breathing and just, like, watch some TV. Like, you don't have to resort to drinking right
I
away.
had to be to class. So I sat there and drank 1 beer every hour. And
Exactly! Lorne has no fucking hobbies. Yeah, 3 hours before RSO class, might as well get drunk. Like, I think if Lorne had legitimate hobbies that he wasn't trying to use as a method to, like, get pushy, I think it would be okay. I think he would be fine. I think, I mean, he'd still be a fucking drunk sex offender, but, like, Lorne needs to, I think Lorne is so self-conscious about himself, he doesn't want to focus on anything that would improve himself. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Alcohol is cheap therapy. Yeah, he's stupid. It's like he gets to feel good and not think about the fact that he's a pedophile, I guess.
I was just stressed and my muscles were real tight and I wanted them to loosen.
My muscles were real tight. Ah, yes. That's what I do when I have muscle aches. I just drink fucking alcohol.
No.
Okay.
And I used that to loosen them up.
That was in 2015?
Yep. I think so.
Lorne.
It says 2015 on it. That's when it was.
Lorne.
Obviously, I'm not going to remember the date.
Lorne.
But I remember that because I remember her smelling that on me. That's when I was in class with Jean
Lorne.
Okay.
in Waterville. And I remember her smelling it on me. And she asked me if I had been drinking. And I said, no. I said, I've been eating a lot of fruit.
I've been eating a lot of fruit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, Jesus
Done that
Christ.
lie. But
That wasn't a lie.
At the end of class, I stayed after class and I told her, I said, Jean, I was drinking before. I just didn't want to say it in front of everyone else. She said, I had a feeling that you had been because I could smell it. And I apologized to her for lying. And she said, I have to tell Mitchell about it. I said, yeah, I know.
So then Mitchell does have experience with you being drunk.
So then Mitchell mentioned it to me, and I can't remember what happened after that.
Let's see.
Ay,
So,
ay.
alright.
Okay, it's that time of day again where I have to go to the bathroom, so I will continue to play the call. And nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. And I will be right back.
There's a little note here. May 4th, 2017, you admitted to Bryce that you drank alcohol on March 29th and drank an average of a 12-pack of beer over a weekend 3 times a month.
Yeah, I think that's when Mitchell transferred, and Maria became my probation officer. And that's when I was living in Canaan, and Bryce and Maria came there, and Bryce went in and saw my big pedigree dog bag full of beer bottles. And he asked me how many I usually drank. I said, I usually drink a 12-pack on the weekends.
And then July 26th, 2017.
Holy crap, what?
It's
Where
on
did
this
she get all this info at?
It's on this one paper, written reprimand.
Where did she get that act? I never sent that to her.
You had to have.
I don't remember ever sending the paper like that to her.
She has it, so it looks like a picture that you would have probably taken with your phone. And
I
you
don't
probably
remember a
took
lot
it back
of
then.
things,
Yeah.
so if I could remember something.
Well, you seem to remember certain things. Like you remember, oh, I didn't drink a 12-pack that day.
Well, it was there's certain things that I do remember. It's like Bryce and Maria being there. I remember that specific day, Bryce and Maria coming in, and Bryce introducing me to Maria, and telling me that Maria is my new probation officer, and then they did a walk around my house, and I remember Bryce seeing my pedigree dog bag full of beer bottles.
No, I mean when Mitchell went there in 2015.
Yeah,
and
I
he
know.
saw
Well,
the
that's
8 bottles, and
he saw the 8 empty bottles.
Right, and you admitted to consuming 4. So I would have to say that you probably had a 12-pack.
Well, see, I'm trying to remember because it was during the daytime that Mitchell came there. But I've never had 8 beers in me when Mitchell was there. I remember having some beer in me that one time when he was there, because he looked through my computer and I remember sitting at the table.
Yeah.
I remember him saying something about making some comment of don't drink too many or something. He made some comment. I was thinking it might have been that it was don't drink more than a 6-pack. But I could be wrong on that if I did wind up to pet drink more. So, but he made some comment. I can't remember what it was.
Okay.
But I don't remember drinking that many when he had ever been around. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think it's just a mistaken memory because I can completely see you drinking that many and saying, "Oh yeah, I only drank 4."
It could be a mistaken memory because it happens to me a lot.
Right.
That's why if it weren't for you and Emma and Winnie to remember things, I probably wouldn't remember how to write my name.
Yeah. And you wouldn't get busted on everything too.
I know. Yeah, since you've been around, I really get busted on shit.
Yeah. I mean, has it ever been worth it? All the lying and stuff, has it ever been worth it?
I'm gonna.
Hello, I'm back.
I'm going to say, in one way,
Did Lorne like totally ruin his life? Oh wait, he already did that. Hoo-hoo.
no, but in another way, yes. Because of the fact that I wouldn't really know whether or not
Oh fuck.
you guys actually cared if you hadn't continued doing what you did, or if it was just another Ramona thing.
Lorne, come on.
You can't treat everybody like Ramona,
I know,
Lorne.
you might not believe me, but
Well, no, because that's
You know,
the same thing as you telling the sex offender counselor, "I had fruit today,"
I had fruit!
when she knows that you've been drinking. I mean, it's the same stuff. You're just kind of...
I honestly think Lorne doesn't think Mitchell was even gay. He just hated being called out on his bullshit. Well, don't you know, any man who works with other men is just gay, you know?
no, it's not the same. Well, see, you don't know how it feels to go through something like the Ramona thing, because I was being
You don't fucking understand what it's like to be catfished.
real with her,
Mm-hmm.
and to turn around and find out that she had just been playing a game with me that whole time, just to try to get me to do, get pissed, and so she could record me and put me on the internet, and that all these people were being fake with me, and when I was actually being real with her.
When I was being real with her.
Well, when did Ramona happen? When was that?
It was, I think it ended in 2007, 17, 16, end of 16 or beginning of 17 or something like that.
Okay.
Emma would know.
Okay.
Yeah, she knows what it's like being stalked by Lauren Armstrong.
But it was
So
like
then-
10 months. 10 months
Right.
of my life that was just wasted on somebody playing the game with me.
Yeah. So October 7th, 2015 would have been prior to Ramona.
October when?
October 7th, 2015.
Yeah, no. What about the time before Ramona, Lauren?
Yeah, that was prior. Yeah, that was prior to Ramona.
Humor, something contemporary.
So that's when you had turned
Quite
up
sure.
to your class drunk.
So now he's sitting here like, how the fuck do I continue to lie to her? Because she's figured something out.
Well, so maybe it was. I guess it wasn't because of Ramona though. I was stressed about something.
Stop using stress as an excuse. It was over Nikki. There we go. So women cause him to drink, I guess. Then what's the fucking point, Lauren?
I remember starting to get a headache because my shoulders were tight. Shoulder muscles were tight.
Then take ibuprofen. Or go get, like, a massage.
I don't know. I don't remember. If that was before Ramona, then obviously it wasn't because of Ramona.
Do you think?
Like, go get one of those things that, like, they're like the guns with the big massagey head on them, and just fucking do that, you know? You better not be playing fucking games. Yeah, do some yoga. Do something. Stretch in the morning when you wake up. Don't just, like, roll out of bed and fucking stiffly walk to the fridge for a beer like a zombie.
That the reason
Well,
is that you have a drinking problem?
Yeah, the excuse is my shoulders were tight. So, what is it, Lauren? Is it you were stressed about something, or it was because your shoulders are tight? Fucking stay consistent with your goddamn lies, dude.
And you've had a drinking problem for several years.
I ain't no alcoholic.
Yeah, it's obvious I've had drinking problems for several years. I mean, look at my record on it. kind of speaks for herself. It's just I never wanted to admit it.
Well, yeah, you never wanted to admit it because that would have meant that you would have had to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I wasn't ready to stop.
No, you weren't.
And a big
ready.
reason,
That was like nothing.
the big reason that I wasn't ready to stop was because I enjoyed going over and drinking with Tony.
But
I
why?
guess it's just amazing to try to think of the logic there, because take away the point of drinking and driving, but if probation is telling you that you can't drink, then how is it possible that you still do?
I'm not now.
I'm not now. My shoulders were tight and I was stressed to read out, but I was also driving there to see if she was okay and make sure nobody was hurting her while I was drunk.
Well, as of
How is it
2
possible
weeks
that I got away
ago,
with it?
as of 2 weeks ago, you were, and
Right.
when you've had this restriction,
That's right. The way he says that, like he's so proud of himself. Dude, you're only not drinking because you think you can get laid.
on you for a long time, and you've done it the entire.
That's why I think he's a virgin, because he does all of this shit specifically so he can get laid. And it's like, people who have had sex before don't think this way. Go sandpaper an alligator's anus in a phone booth. Oh, the alligator doesn't deserve that, though. Alligators deserve no kisses on their head.
Their time.
Well, it's a question I can't answer. Like, I'm over
Yeah,
here.
you'll get endorphins and you'll be like, oh, I'm addicted to yoga now.
Maybe because I didn't cause problems when I did drink.
Well, you were driving while you were after you had been drinking, so that is a problem.
Yeah, that is a problem.
And it's very possible that things were going on. I mean, I know you talk about the Ramona situation, but obviously things were happening that were alcohol related prior to that.
Tickle me
where
shivers,
you
it
were
is so
abusing
fucking
it.
cursed. I hate
So,
thinking about it.
did you have that type of relationship with Emma that you would call her up yelling too?
What the fuck even is contemporary?
I can't remember. I think it did turn into something like that where I would get mad at Emma or something.
Yeah.
Well, okay, this
That's
is
just
something
weird.
that Mitchell pointed out to
Hey,
me that I never
no,
knew.
we're not doing this today. Hold on. Ah, Father Tron got me. Alright. Thank you, Father Tron. Father Tron's, vor.ongd's nuts! He titty fucked a lady by a brook. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I wouldn't want to lay in the brook.
Until he pointed
And
it
I
out.
love going, like,
But when-
galashing and shit.
When Emma contacted me,
Lord is a PDF file!
she sent a package to me, and in that package she had a little note telling me that if I wanted to call her, then I could, and she had the number on there. Well, the number had something to do with the date and the birth date and
What?
and the age of Kayla.
Okay.
Everything, all the numbers had something to do with the sting, and I never put it together, but Mitchell did, and he showed it to me.
So then why did you keep
I don't
talking?
remember if I ever.
If your probation officer is over here being like, hey man, this is all stuff leading up to the sting, it's probably a troll, why would he talk to her? I just don't fucking get him. He's so fucking stupid. Hold on, let me fix my chair. He just baffles me.
I mentioned that to Emma or not,
Emmer.
but there was like, I don't know, there was things that had happened that I know that I had gotten mad at Emma for, and because I talked to Mitchell and he'd wind up putting stuff in my head about Emma.
Putting stuff in your head. Hi, Catchy! What does that even fucking mean? Put stuff in your head. I mean, he's your probation officer. He's gonna, like, tell you shit all the time. What the fuck are you talking about?
And people on the internet. And then I confront Emma about it. So I've been up and down with Emma for those few years.
Then why keep... What's the point? Why would you keep... Like, if somebody continued to troll me, I would just stop talking to them. Because what's the fucking point? There's absolutely no fucking point in dealing with somebody like that.
Me and Emma was up and down because of them.
Okay.
Because of all this stuff that Mitchell put in my head and everything.
Ah, so
Actually,
it's not the fact that Emma was trolling you. It's Mitchell's fault that you guys had fights up and down. It's all Mitchell's fault. You know, the one person who legitimately is trying to help you, besides Debbie in this call. It's Mitchell's fault. Fuck off, Lorne.
Go back and say something to Emma. Ask Emma about it all. That's why, with the date of Ramona, you're gonna have to ask Emma to be positive, because I'm not gonna remember the date.
So you remember all that shit with, like, Paula and Nikki, but Ramona, oh gosh, I just don't know, you know?
And maybe it'll put more of the picture together, but seeing as you're thinking that you got together with her at least a year plus after the incidents were happening where you were getting caught with the alcohol.
I love that he thinks that he's so fucking handsome and amazing that, like, the catfish fall in love with him. So fucking stupid. Is that a mini bone? It is a mini bone.
Says to me that there was a lot going on even before then. And like you were just saying, you probably had that type of interaction with Emma as well. That wasn't
I think I did.
But as far as your relationship with her, do you think that you were possibly feeling romantic toward her, and maybe that's why you would have
I've never felt romantic towards Emma.
That is Lorne's crooked penis.
Friendship with Emma.
I've never felt romantic towards Emma. Then why did you want to, like, see her tit shit or pushy?
Okay.
Because she was married, and
Uh-huh. Like, that stopped you before.
Have anything to do with it.
Well, wait. He's saying that he doesn't fuck with married women. Paula was about to get married. So it's clear that he's just spouting bullshit.
Married woman.
Right. Okay. Okay.
The Mona thing, I stress I remember when that happened.
Well, it was within the last couple of years. But I mean, the main point that I'm trying to make is that alcohol's been a problem for a really long time, and up until 2 weeks ago, it still was.
It's been 2 years or more since I've had my.
Paula just ended her engagement. Okay, so I guess he was so obsessed because he was like, oh, fresh meat right off, like, free on the market again. What a fucking asshole. When Lorne says he doesn't watch porn, I believe him because he's too confident in his size. I think he did watch porn because how else would he have these fucking copy-paste ideas of how you have sex? Like, unless he's sitting there reading romance novels and fan fictions.
The computer, right?
It's the only thing I can think of.
Know. Exactly.
A computer.
Do you know when the last video that I put up was?
No, not off the top of my head.
Because it was 2 years. If it was 2 years ago, it was going to be in 2017.
Yeah, he would toy with Winnie after learning she was married. Exactly. I think he doesn't watch porn because he can't get it online. So he probably never knew he could if he saw a video. I think, at the very least, I feel like he's probably, like, looked at porn mags. Maybe, I mean, I think, he claimed that, what his stepfather made him watch gay porn or something like that. So maybe that's why he doesn't watch porn, but, like, he had to have gotten his sex ideas from somewhere. Has to somewhere.
Okay.
So Ramona was, I don't know, a certain amount of time before that even happened.
Okay. Let me ask you this. And it's already passed, so we're going to move on from here, but I want to ask you, when you did not call for your drug test last Friday, had you been drinking at all?
No. No, I literally just forgot to call. I had gone out grocery shopping. I had it in my mind to call on my way back, and then I just forgot about it. It's like,
Lorne, you don't forget. Listen, I don't know about you guys, but if I think I'm even in a little bit of trouble, that'll be on my brain all fucking day. So maybe because he's used to it, because he's been a fucking sex offender for so long. I don't fucking know, but
tonight, I get a call from it before 11 o'clock tonight. I get a call then, too, and I hung a piece of paper up on my back door window because I'm always looking out the back door. So that way I can see the paper so I can remind me to call.
I bet he watched the fake sex that was on HBO back in the day when the screen was all wavy and could barely see it.
Drug test.
Okay. So you're positive then
dink.
that the last time that you drank was Monday, the 8th.
I think it was Sunday.
Sunday the 7th.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Monday I went in and told class about it.
That you drank?
So has it really been 2
Yeah.
weeks, dude?
What did they have to say?
Dwayne said, you drank yesterday? And I said, yeah. He said, but you had it in, but you knew in your mind that if you drank, you could get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah. He said, well, what possessed you to drink when you knew that you could get in trouble?
Giant
I
frogs.
said, I don't know. I said, I knew I could get in trouble if I get caught. But for some reason, it didn't matter to me. That's where he ended. That's where he left the conversation.
That's an important question for you to answer for yourself. Why did you do it anyway?
Right? Why did it not matter to me when it should have?
I think he makes
Yeah,
Roy
shut up.
describe what porn is
Absolutely.
like.
I've got so much that I can lose just because of alcohol and stupid moves.
But the alcohol
Stupid move.
is more important. That's where the problem comes in. You're aware of everything that can happen. But because it's not happening, there's a chance that it won't. And you're
Right.
willing to bet on that.
Right. And it's a stupid bet.
It's a really stupid bet.
I just got lucky.
I knew I could get in trouble,
That's
but
all
I did
that's
it anyways. I
happened.
didn't want to get in
That's
trouble
all
by
that's
parents.
happened.
I'm tired of being stupid like that. I don't want to be like that.
Then don't be.
And I don't want to go with...
I'm tired of being stupid like that. Then just don't be. Like, don't continue to do the stupid things you do that get you in trouble, dude.
Phonies. And it sucks because
It sucks.
it sucks that it's taken all this time, you and Emma and Winnie, to go through what you've gone through, to drill it in my head about Tony.
Well, it's not
Well,
it's
then
not
try to
about drilling things into your head about Tony. It's not about drilling things into your head about driving after you've been drinking or that you're not supposed to be drinking at all. You knew everything that we've said. That it's not
Mhm.
news.
It's not news.
No, it's not new, but it's for some reason I didn't care. Some reason it didn't matter to me. Some reason it was more important for me to go over and drink with Tony.
Right.
That's still... You still don't care, because if you cared, you wouldn't continue to do this shit.
That's exactly what it comes down to. And you were willing to take the risk
Yeah.
that something bad was going to happen, like someone else getting hurt.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
It was stupid.
Stupid
dumb risk to take.
move.
Even talking to you on the phone, whether it was me or my sister or Emma, Dan, whoever you were talking to at the moment, there were probably several times where you got one over on us. Like we would ask,
Drinking?
hey, are you drinking? Yeah.
The drinking?
There might have been. I don't remember if there was or not.
I'm sure that there have been, and most likely it was because we just dropped it. But you would have gotten away with it again, and you probably felt really good about that.
He probably got an endorphin rush from, like, tricking people.
And
Yeah,
that's why
probably
you would
did.
keep going. And that's what's really
It's frustrating.
frustrating, and it's infuriating because you're thinking, haha, they don't know. Like, I'm smarter than them. Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I weren't smarter because
I knew I worked smarter.
Well,
I
no,
knew
but
it
you were
was
thinking that
too.
you were smarter because you were getting away with it. And you were banking on all the other times before when it worked out. When you could lie to your mom and say, I'm not drinking, I'm over Tony's, and we're having a good time talking about fucking Pyramid that's coming on TV.
Huh?
That was the
Wow, he really doesn't remember $20,000 Pyramid?
story that you were saying. That you were over Tony's, you were watching game shows on TV, and then all of a sudden you were like, hey Tony, wouldn't it be funny if $1,000 Pyramid came on TV this time? And then it came on and you were like, ha ha ha.
You know what's funny was that
right,
what's
exactly.
funny is that actually did happen.
Okay. Lorne, we know! She's telling you the story that you told her! Aw, see you later, Guru. Thanks for stopping by. He fucking... Bruh. He fucking... He's such a fucking moron.
Okay, whatever. I mean, but I'm just saying that it was something that you kept, like, harping on. Like, hey, make sure you listen to this really closely. I know what I'm talking about. I definitely wasn't drinking. But you were shit-faced.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
So, I mean, you were trying to convince me, and you were trying to convince everyone else that you weren't drinking. And that's what happens every single time that you're drinking.
No, because when I get to drinking, I think I can fool people.
Yeah, and look what happens, Lauren. Look who's the fucking fool.
Look who's the fucking fool. It's Lorne Lynn Armstrong.
Who is it?
I know. It's me.
It's me.
Right. It's always you.
But it took a lot of drilling and a lot of you guys being persistent for me to see.
It shouldn't have to be that way. You're an adult. His lack of responsibility always makes me so fucking mad.
How foolish I was. It really.
How foolish I was.
That's what I call somebody really caring when they go through what you guys went through with me.
Well, I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's your problem.
Mm-hmm.
So if you decide I'm going to put one over on them and say that I'm not drinking, I'm going to get pissed off and start yelling, and I'm going to insist that I didn't have anything to drink today. And that's not the reason why I'm acting like an asshole or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be really proud of yourself, but at the end of the day, you're the one with the problem. We aren't.
Yeah. They don't have to deal with his problem. He does.
I know.
So just like I had said to you one other
know.
time, that what do you think's going to happen to me if you get pulled over for drunk driving? Do you remember what I said to you?
Nothing's going to happen to you.
Right.
A lot of what happened to me.
Everything's going to happen.
So now he's trying to act like that was his stance originally. Fucking asshole.
To you. Hopefully you're...
Yeah, the dude, he had no UI, which is still intoxicated, by the way. And he drove into somebody's house. How is that not the wake-up call or the understanding that you need?
You're the only one. Hopefully there's
Yeah.
no one else involved that you would have hit. But I'm saying that the impact of that is going to be completely on you. None of it's going to be on me. I would hear the news and be like, fucking asshole. And then I'd go about my day. I wouldn't be sad. I wouldn't be worried about you. Nothing. And that's how everyone would be. Because they'd be like, what took them so long?
I know.
I know. I know.
No,
It makes you
little
ramp up on the internet
Lorny,
about me,
little
too.
Lordy Boo Boo.
I bet you that if it had happened, your mom would say the same thing.
He kept screwing up because it got him attention. He craves attention. Yeah, and it's like, people like Lorne, they don't understand that, like, sure, you could do bad attention, but also it's so much easier to just be a good person and get good attention, you know? Like, as shitty as it sounds for him to only do good things because he wants attention, hey, at least he's doing good things and not trying to fuck kids, you know?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you would.
Why do you want to prove everyone right that you're just a fuck up?
I don't want to prove everyone right.
Then the only way for you to do that is to not be one.
Yep.
I know, that's why I started listening.
No?
As of
That's why I
2
started
weeks
listening.
ago.
Yeah,
after
as of
years.
2 weeks
years
ago.
of you trying to be smarter than everyone. Years of you being in complete fucking denial. Years of you passing polygraph tests when you've lied. There's your evidence that's supporting you to keep doing things the way that you've been doing them. Because you haven't been pulled over.
You haven't been
Drug
caught.
driving. I can do it one more time. I can do it again. They're not going to catch me. They don't patrol these roads. I live in fucking Maine.
I know you're right.
So what you have to do, instead of saying, I'm changed now, I don't drink anymore, drinking's out of my life.
Then actually prove it, Lauren.
You just
Show
have
it.
to do that. You have to live that life instead.
Yep.
Because everyone's heard all of this before. You think you know what people want to hear. And that
Yep.
they're going to be proud of you.
Yep.
And that's enough. That's enough to get you by. So that in secret, you can still continue doing the same behavior.
Mm-hmm.
See, I know now I don't want to do it. It's enough.
I know now I don't want to do it. Oh my god. It's like talking to a fucking wall. It really is.
To make people happy to hear my words.
Because really, at the end of the day, nobody cares, Lauren.
Yeah.
Everyone has to go
Me, I
about their
care.
own lives.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you end up flushing your life down the toilet again, everyone's going to say, okay.
Yep.
And then they're, just move on.
See, I care what happens to Mo.
Of course you care about what happens to your own life, Lauren. You're you. What the fuck kind of statement is that?
Life.
Well, good. You absolutely should.
And I care about the way people see me too.
You
I don't want
shouldn't.
people seeing me in a bad way.
You should. One, you shouldn't. You really shouldn't give a shit what other people think about you. And I think that applies to everybody. Just don't give a fuck what people think about you. Make yourself happy. But also, if you really cared, then you would start acting better. You wouldn't just keep acting the way you act.
Well, the only way that you can change that is for you to not act in a bad way. And not just because you think it's hidden.
Yep.
I know.
He really does think he's smarter than everybody else. Has he ever considered reading a book or gardening or painting something? I don't know why he doesn't have a hobby. Like, maybe he thinks it's gay to have hobbies, but like, he could do like a, quote, manly hobby, end quote. Like, I don't fucking, like, go, I don't know, get into cars or something. Like buy like a shitty beater car and work on improving it slowly, or I don't know, do like wood carving, or I'm trying to think of like traditionally like masculine hobbies that he could potentially do. You know, if he wasn't prohibited from drinking, I would say maybe he could brew alcohol and like turn that into something productive if he wants to be around alcohol all the time. But of course he fucks it up. Cars is a kid's movie?
So that's the point that I've tried to make with you several times, and you've gotten upset every single time. But the point is, when you were talking to Molly, that was in secret. When you're talking to Melissa, that was in secret. When you're talking to Kayla, that was in secret. When you were talking to Disney Girl, Kimmy, all the other people that you were trying to hit up, everything was in secret. When you were talking to Rhoda, that was in secret. So in order for you to be a good person, you have to do it when no one's watching.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need
And every time somebody looks away, he's doing something shitty.
to get credit. That's not how you validate that you're a good person. Who cares?
I don't know if I really care to pat. Well, I care to pat myself on the back.
I'm not talking about you, though.
He's not getting it.
I'm saying that you get your validation from everyone else. That's where you look for it.
Yeah, I did. And that's what. Well, that's why I say things too, because I want you to know that I'm trying to do good things and I'm trying to not screw up.
Then don't, like Tickle P Shivers said earlier, show, don't tell.
Well, that's fine, but I mean, as far as you doing things for show, so that other people are patting you on the back, so that other people are showing you that they care about you. And I understand everybody always wants to feel loved,
Mm-hmm.
but it is not everyone's job to make you feel that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you make it their job.
Yep.
You want it to be their job. Just like when we were going through the chat yesterday. See how annoying you were?
Yeah, I did too.
I mean, God, you're basically harping the entire night about make sure you wake me up. Make sure you wake me up. You don't want me to miss this interview. That's our.
You don't want me to miss this interview. Sounds like when he was telling his 13-year-old girlfriend, slash fiance, to wake him up for a job interview.
Money for me to come and see you. Make sure you wake.
Oh, she's literally quoting the chat log. Okay.
Me up.
Oh fuck! I was fucking irritating myself so bad.
Yeah,
I was irritating myself so bad. Nobody can suffer more than Lorne. Nobody can be smarter than Lorne. Nobody can be better looking than Lorne. Nobody can be suffering more than Lorne. Nobody can do anything more than Lorne. And it's fucking infuriating.
Reading it, I was like, what the fuck?
Annoying as shit. Oh my God. And that's why Emma was frustrated. That's why I was frustrated. And that's why you were frustrated too. Because
I was tired of reading that shit. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm gonna be fucking pathetic.
Yes. And that's what it comes down to as well. I know the other stuff is disgusting about like look at my penis and all that stuff. But when we take away the perversion of that and you're trying to look at what is the pattern here, you're looking for validation.
Yeah, thou shalt never suffer more than Lorne. Thou shalt never hold Lorne accountable, etc. That's exactly it, because he's... Oh, God, he's so fucking insufferable.
Validation, like, is she thinking about me? Is she thinking about me every fucking second? Because then, if she is, then she really loves me.
I'd like to be able to figure out how I ever got that way.
Without knowing your family and how you interacted with each other, you had given clues as to...
Well, like, you're never gonna be honest about how your family treated you when you were a child, Lorne, so we're never gonna know.
You always wanting to have that level of attention from everyone. When you say, I idolized my brothers and sisters growing up, and you're wanting the love from your mom, and your dad left, and there's a million different reasons, and we've talked about a lot of them. You know that you're a needy motherfucker.
He sure the fuck is.
I'm wondering if it stems from...
Thou shalt not make any graven images of Mr. P. No, it should be like, thou shalt always look upon Mr. Penis, or something stupid like that.
Not having the attention that I wanted when I was growing up from my older siblings.
Well, it's possible. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist and be able to look back on all that stuff, but the fact is that you are almost 50 years old.
Yep.
Everyone else has moved on.
Yep.
I know. And I got stuck there for so many years.
You're still stuck
like
there.
A thing. I was stuck there for so many fucking years. It was so many years of my life stuck thinking about Paula.
Blaming Paula.
Like, I'm aware that trauma is very difficult to heal. And it might take a very long time for people to heal from trauma. But Lorne is just blaming everybody all the time. Thou shalt want to see it up close to get a better look at it. Thou shalt not talk about fucking Dan. Oh my God, what's up, Cornville 3-way?
You're calling her all kinds of names, like she's a piece of trash. And we've talked about that too, that she didn't owe you anything.
Nope.
Yeah.
Lorne is just an incel.
Jeez. I wasted so many years blaming other people.
Everyone else. Everyone. For every single thing
Yep.
that has happened to you. Every failure, every success has been based on other people.
Because he can't
Starting
take
all the
accountability
way
for
back
himself.
to fucking basketball.
I
Basketball.
wonder if, like, I don't know. I don't know where it could have came from other than my dad. But I never even really knew my dad.
So here we go, blaming his fucking dad again. And listen, I know what it's like not having a fucking dad, but I don't use that as an excuse in my life. I just say, oh, okay, this is probably why I'm this way. Let's work to improve it. But then again, I'm a more sane person than Lorne Armstrong is, thankfully.
Well, no, you didn't
Aw, thank you, Cornville Three-Way. I appreciate it. Yeah, Lord refuses to accept that he's the degenerate.
know your dad, but you knew that he was gone. And it was probably for the best. It sounds like he was a horrible person.
Can you imagine how much worse Lorne would be if he knew his dad?
But
God.
you also can't keep looking externally for everything that has happened, for every reason, for everything that's happened.
And that's also true. Like, he loves to have so many different external reasons, and it's like, sure, those shape who you are as a person, but once you are, like, the person you are, you gotta take accountability for that shit. Oh my god. No, Dad, you get the ultimate societal hall pass now!
In particular, when it comes to your own decisions.
Jesus sucks.
Jeez, this sucks! So instead of, like, sitting and actually thinking of what she's talking about, he's just like, jeez, this sucks!
Sucks so bad that if I can blame so many people for...
Sucks so bad. Instead of... He always does this, too. Instead of just fessing up and being like, yeah, I blame so many other people, I was shitty, he always says, jeez, this fucking sucks that I blame so many people. Like, he tries to make, like, sympathy for himself. Or when he was reading the chat log and started crying and getting upset and being like, oh, I'm so fucking disgusted. Like, yeah. Yeah, you are.
Decisions I made.
Even looking back on this paper I just read you were saying, oh yeah, I showed up at class drunk because of Ramona.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah, I remember that day now. My muscles were really tight, so I was having a headache, so I drank.
Yep.
I mean, you know, all of it is like just a constant
A bad excuse.
And it's constant. You would have been better off saying, I drank because I wanted to.
Mm-hmm. And that's what he doesn't get. Like, he doesn't get that it saves himself the embarrassment if he just were to say, I just felt like drinking. Like, sure, he looks like a shitty person, but at least he just looks like a shitty person and not a fucking lying embarrassment.
I drank because I like the way that it makes me feel.
Finger
I like
painting,
it
Aaron would
better
appreciate
when
it, but
I'm
only in the
drunk
core.
rather than when I'm sober.
Yeah, but I don't like it better when I'm drunk. Don't like it better when I'm drunk because I act like
I can
an
paint with the
asshole.
mop.
You don't care that you're acting like an asshole at that time. You say the most vile things when you're drunk, and you don't care. All you want to do is not feel
Yep.
the way that you're feeling at the time, whether it's rejected or lonely or disappointed that, you know, your life went down the toilet.
And I think it's a combination of things. I think it's a combination of society basically telling men they're not allowed to feel things. So, of course, Lauren's like, well, I'm a fucking homo if I feel emotions. And then just not wanting to have the emotions he has about the sting and the chat log and the fact that he's a shitty fucking person.
That's the reason why you want to drink.
that's a terrible reason to drink.
Yes.
Well, it's an unhealthy
Excuse me,
one,
I'm
of course.
That should be the time when I don't want to drink.
But that's
a
because
great,
you have an
powerful
alcohol
painting?
problem.
Okay.
That's not
So it's just going to be
you do.
Dan.
You don't not drink during the times when you're feeling upset. It's the same thing with anyone with any kind of an addiction. At times of stress, that's when you want to engage in it. So whether it's smoking or doing drugs or drinking, there's going to be a trigger of stress, and then that's going to be your drive in order to have you go and do it. And all of this stuff. What do you mean nothing done? Because you don't clean up your...
Then I don't get nothing done, okay? So you absolutely just... I don't fucking know.
Your house? Is that what you're talking about?
Lorne feels emotion. He's constantly crying or raging or whatever. Yeah, that is true. But, like, he always... I don't know. He always seems to backtrack after he has, like, his little outbursts. And it's very clear that he's like, well, I shouldn't have been, like, you know, emoting. Instead of taking the lesson of, I shouldn't have been treating people like shit when I was emoting. I think he internalizes it and is like, I shouldn't have emoted.
Well, I cleaned up my house. I've been cleaning up
Feelings
my house.
Feelings are gay.
Well, you said it. You just said, like, it's getting stuff done. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, my house, the outside of my house.
Like, it's complicated. I think he does show emotion, but I think at the same time, there's deeper level of emotions that he's hiding. Lorne just wants a good life without doing anything for it. He has the mentality of an 8-year-old where he thinks if he cries, people will just say it's all good. Exactly. Like, he's a fucking mess. I hate him. Lorne, if you're watching this, fuck you. I doubt you'd be watching my streams, because I'm a woman, but fuck you, Lorne.
The no more class. I don't get that.
You're no longer a gay mango. You're a feelings mango.
Because I go out and drink instead.
Oh, drunk.
If I get upset, I want to drink.
Right.
I have no idea what I'm painting here. I'm just kind of going for it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with your smoking. How many times have you said that you're not smoking anymore?
I know.
A bajillion.
And I really...
Ugh! Sorry, that peaked. I'm so sorry. But it's annoying. It's fucking annoying in that whenever somebody calls him out on needing to take responsibility for something, he says, well, I hate that I don't do that. If you really hated it, you just wouldn't do it. I don't think he feels emotions as much as he mimics the emotions that he perceives in others and uses them to manipulate people. That could be true, too. He's a simple creature. He can't process more complex emotions, but he also can't be stoic about the more base emotions. There we go. That, Fathertron, you put into words, like, what I was thinking. Like, he can't process more complex emotions that people have. And I'm sure he has them, but he doesn't know how to process them. But he's such a fucking creature that he can't just maintain the baseline emotions either. He's so much more complicated than you'd think, just looking at this stupid fucking melting pedophile.
I do hate smoking because it ruins my voice. And I know you can hear when I leave voicemails me singing. At the end of the day, I know you can hear the difference between what I sound like in the
I know you can hear the difference.
morning and what I sound like in the afternoon, because I can hear it. And that bothers me.
Doesn't bother you enough to stop.
Yep.
So here's the thing. Either you're going to do it or you're not. Any of the decisions that you make regarding smoking, regarding drinking, regarding overall being a good person, not lying about everything, all of that stuff is going to come from you. That's what matters. That's all that matters.
I don't want to lie about anything.
But
now,
you do.
anymore.
I
That's
don't
the
want to
thing.
lie
See,
about
I don't want
anything.
to. I don't want to do the thing that I'm saying that I don't want to do, but I'm still going to do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I did.
well,
Don't do it now.
listen, I don't want to hear, I don't do it now because it's only been 2 weeks since you drank, allegedly. And it's going to take a long distance of time in order for that declaration of, I don't do that anymore, to be valid.
Hey, we got another bot.
No, I know.
Get him! I do agree with Camp Vogel, and that I think he uses emotions to manipulate people. I think he has very few of genuine emotions, which is why he can flick between crying and rage in an instance with no ramp. Yep. Yeah, it's. I think it's a lot of mimicking for manipulation, and I think it's a very, very deep misunderstanding of how to properly process his own emotions. I think he's just an emotional wreck. D's motherfucking nuts! Oh my god. I've been estranged from my dad most of my life. Part of it was him not being involved when I was a child, a part of it being my personal choice as an adult. It hurts, it's conflicting. I've grieved and mourned our dead relationship and acknowledged my part in it. Well, okay, Gay Mangoes, as somebody who is in a very similar situation, let me say, I hope you don't feel bad about having to cut ties with your father, because I'm in a very similar relationship where it's like, I don't really have contact with him too often. I occasionally speak to him, but it's better for my mental health to have limited contact and not to get too close to him, because I'll just get heartbroken again, you know? I will get emotionally destroyed again, and I don't want to deal with that. So I don't think I hope you don't take it too hard, because it's good for, it sounds like it's what's best for your health. It's a conflicting feeling, but it's for the best. Yeah, if it's good for you and it's good for your mental health, I would say don't feel bad about it, because it's what you're doing, what's best for you. Crying equals people will feel sorry for me and believe what I say. Raging equals I am mad at you, so you should listen to me and do what I say. That is very well put, Camp Vogel.
You know, you didn't wake up this morning as a different person.
Nope.
You didn't wake up yesterday as a different person.
Nope.
That's not the way that it works. All you're doing at that point by saying, I don't do that now, is you're trying to convince me that you don't do it.
I think I'm not wanting you to lose faith in me.
What
well, in order
faith
to
does
have
anybody
faith,
have?
there has to be something to have faith in. It just doesn't happen. It's not something that blindly should ever happen.
Yeah, I don't want you to lose faith in me. I don't think she has faith in you to begin with, dude. The parent always has the greater responsibility to make things right. Exactly, Cornville Three-Way. That's the way I look at it. Like, yes, I'm an adult and I could pick up the phone and call him, but at the same time, I was the one who was picking up the phone and calling him as a child all the time. So it's like, why would I continue to waste my effort? I don't know if you're in the similar situation as I am, Gay Mangoes, but that's the way I look at it, where it's like, sure, I guess technically I could put in more effort, but I think I put in enough as a child, and I shouldn't have had to. Letting shit go is so fucking liberating. It really is. Like, you feel relieved. It's hard for a pimp out there. Lorne needs to process his situation with his dad and let that shit go. Yeah, no, he's never going to, though. Because he has that as ammunition.
See, it's like today. Failing that test really upset me quite a bit, because I was
I'm
so
trying to draw
open with him.
Dan.
Well, tell me about
I'm
the
doing like a
questions,
base
and that
of
was
his
something
body
that I
right
meant to
now.
ask you. Tell me about
You're good, Gay Mangoes.
the questions. Did you write them down?
There's only 2 questions that I can remember. Those were 2 of the 3 that from where I failed, because he said he did it
Trying
different
to make
with
like
me.
Dan in the courtroom, but I gotta
This
draw
time,
like his frame first.
It was the first time that he has tried this on anybody, and he like put him in a group.
Do a
Questions
finger
in a
point
group.
Okay.
And
and be like, objection.
I don't know exactly the way he did it, but he said it was different the way he was doing it. But one
Okay.
was, have you drank in the last 2 weeks? And the other was, have you told the truth about the amount you drank? Those are the 2 that I remember. I can't remember what the third one was. But the amount that I
Automatic
drank.
fail.
What do
The
you mean
third one is
automatic
automatic
I
fail.
could have told you that you would have failed those questions.
About the
Because
amount that
you're-
I drank?
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm gonna bedazzle that tool.
Yeah,
though.
but I opened up to him about it. And
Lauren, you have to be honest on the test, dude. That's not the point.
He asked me if I minimized it with Dwayne and Marie, and I said yes.
Okay, but when he asked you, do you lie about, what was the question? Do you lie about, or do you minimize the amount that you drink? And what did you say?
It was, have you told the truth about the amount that you drank?
Okay, and what did you say?
I said yes.
Okay.
That's a lie.
Because I told him before.
That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
Lorne, that's not the point. You have to tell... Why would you tell him the truth before the test and then lie on the test?
I told him.
Just because you confess right before the test, when he asks you the question, have you lied? And you say, no, I haven't lied.
Then what's the point?
Then
Why
you
would you
just
lie?
lied.
Yes, because I lied. Because I lied to Maria. I didn't even think about that.
Really? You didn't
He
even
asked
think
me-
about that,
He asked
Lorne?
me what I was thinking when
This ended up into a purple
I
suit,
thought
and
about
I'm
those
not
questions.
exactly
When he
against
read those
it.
questions to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't think at the time because the only thing I could think was I was trying hard not to fall asleep because the whole room is yellow. And the
Really? Really? That's your excuse now? Is you were trying not to fall asleep in the polygraph room? No family life is perfect. I'm not going to get into mine, but at some point you have to move on with your life. Lauren, his little brain, still thinks that his situation is worse than everyone else's. Yeah, that's why I get so annoyed when he's like, I was raised by my ma. Yeah, so was I, dude. It's... So was, I'm sure, like, half the people in the chat right now. Single mothers aren't uncommon. You're not some kind of martyr because you were raised by a single mother. It's... Ooh. I doubt Lauren also doesn't understand the core of forgiveness. You either forgive or you don't. It's not a privilege, it's a way of life. You have to actively forgive every damn day, no doubt. Like, so, the thing with Lauren, the way that I look at, you know, forgiveness is I will forgive, but I won't forget. So, like, people who have harmed me in the past, I've found it in me to forgive them. It wasn't easy, but I did. But I won't forget what they did. And I will use that as a basis for, if they do that again, will that ultimately affect my decision to forgive them again? Luckily I haven't really had to implement that, but that's just kind of how I view it. So, I think Lauren would benefit from that, but I feel like he would forgive, but then he would just bring up the issue again. Like, when you forgive somebody, you basically are saying, okay, this specific issue, I forgive you, just don't do it again, and, like, don't bring it back up. Like, unless it's something serious, like, I don't fucking know, you hit a guy with a car and he died. I don't know why. If the dude's family forgave him but didn't forget him, I would understand if they were like, hey, listen, we're gonna bring up this time you hit our family member with a car. That would make sense. But it's like, for little petty stuff like Lauren is obsessed with, it's just, part of forgiving but not forgetting is moving on, you know?
light was coming in, the big windows right in my face, so it was making my eyes tired, and I told him that.
Okay.
I told him, this room is making my eyes tired, and I feel like I'm falling asleep.
What the fuck does that have to do with
That was
anything?
In between the test, because he did the test 3 times. He'd do it once, then he'd stop, and he'd...
Alright, so, now my next question. Hold on. I'm gonna ask my husband what the testing rooms are like, just to see what kind of fucking bullshit Lauren is pulling right now.
Go through it, and then let me take a little break, then he'd do it again, then he'd let me take a little break, then he'd do it again. The way he worded it, I guess, screwed me up because
I made the sleeve
I
a
had
little
told
big,
him,
but we get that
I
it's
hadn't-
Dan.
I had lied to Maria and Dwayne about it.
Right.
So I had opened up to him, but I hadn't opened up to Maria and Dwayne about it.
So it's still a lie.
Did he ask you the same question 3 times?
Yeah, just in a different way.
Okay.
So I guess now I know why I held that up.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That fucking sucks. Like, okay. Okay, so I guess it varies because my husband said that his polygraph was done at a conference room. So maybe Lauren was in like a shitty polygraph testing area, but Dan needs an 8-inch third leg. Oh, I'll get there. I'll make like another pant leg, but like it doesn't have a foot on it. Okay.
He said one of them was a positive one.
I still don't know why he thought that telling him beforehand that he lied, telling the examiner beforehand that he lied, and then lying on the polygraph still was like a good. I don't understand.
One that was -2 and one that was -4. And he said he did the math with him, and it wound up being a -5 for that group of questions,
So you just
Okay.
ultra lied, dude.
which means a fail.
So what is Bryce going to have to say about this? Because you're going to meet him on Wednesday, right?
Wednesday.
Yeah, well, that's not the reason that Bryce wanted to see me. He wanted to see me about the drug testing, and when the
Okay.
polygrapher said today, it was also to let me know that Mitchell's going to be my new probation officer again.
Ah.
Oh, okay. So what did he want to talk to you about the drug testing? Because you...
And he doesn't. I just don't get why Lorne thinks he's so much smarter than everyone else when, like, clearly it hasn't been working out for him. Like, he thinks he can game the system and it's just not working this whole fucking time.
missed the calls.
No, I think it's because I bitched to Maria about it.
I bet
Being
the
foolish,
real
I
about
wanted
it.
something that I for blowing right then, like the breathalyzer. I wanted that again. That way it would be right then and there, and it'd be easier for me to
He looks like
take my
Prince
mind away
right
from
now.
the alcohol.
I just drew him looking like Prince,
From the thought of the
apparently.
alcohol.
What do
It just
you
needed-
think he's going to say?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What is it? I think I'm gonna have to wind up taking it again. 'Cause from what Mike said, the polygrapher, from what he said, he told me, he said, don't drink from now until your next test. So they have you do your next test.
So he probably drank right as he got home.
He said don't drink because that's the question they're gonna be asking you.
We've done a couple masterpiece. You know what? I'll go back to the other masterpieces we made, but I'm currently painting Dan. And I gave him a purple suit, so he kind of looks like Prince, and that wasn't what I was intending, but I'm going for it.
Is if you have drank anything between now and the next test.
Let's go look at my previous paintings.
So I'm assuming that they're gonna have me take the test again.
I'm gonna take
Probably
the
in
test
2 months.
again.
Probably.
Have you thought that maybe Maria is unassigned because you're failing the test?
I forgot I
and
did
you're
this
not
last
really
time.
following the terms of your probation, and they think that you need.
Well, here's one of the ones I did today. It's Lauren with
to not do
boobs.
that anymore.
No, because I think Maria's leaving the state.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is she?
Uh-huh. That's
I think
why,
so.
Lauren. Sure.
I don't think she's going to be there anymore.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Because Mitchell left. I can only figure that Mitchell must have gone out of state to train
Here's Lauren's tiny
for that
peepee.
amount of time.
Ooh, I'm trendy.
Because
Is Lauren's tiny peepee?
usually when that happens, that's one of them's
Yep.
going to
Get back
train
here.
and another one's just taking the place until they're done training.
Well, that's
can't
been a
figure out
couple of
what's
years,
going on.
right?
It's been like crap. How long has it been?
I
How long have I been
absolutely
here?
love how this
I've been
one
here
came
a couple
out.
Yeah, it's
to
been
be
a couple
honest.
of years. When you saying that,
Lorne with the P,
remind me, it's been
the P
It's been over
waves.
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lorne treats his rehabilitation like a voluntary self-improvement exercise. It's not for you, it's to you. It's not voluntary, my dude.
In
Maybe Mitchell just
2017 was when Bryce showed up and he said Maria was with him.
We
And
got
that's
Lorne
when
Clown.
He saw the beer bottles.
Right. Maybe.
And then
Mitchell
there's just like nuclear
transferred 'cause
creature.
he wanted to move to a different state. Maybe he's just been like in that state.
I always
Yeah,
make sure
maybe.
to add
I
tiny
don't know.
peepees. I like this
Somewhere
Picasso
along the
Lorne
line,
clown that I
I'll
made.
ask Mitchell what happened.
I'll
See
put him
if he
like,
tells me.
I don't know. I'll put him like here for now.
Yeah, he could just be moving
Move
back.
him
who
over.
knows?
He might tell me. He's not such a bad guy. I mean, he's questionable with some things, but
Is he questionable with some things because he's a man, Lorne? Is that why?
Like what?
well, questionable on whether or not whether he likes male or female. That's
Oh my god, fuck off, Lorne! Who the fuck cares, dude? Why does that impact any fucking thing to do with you getting better?
it's, I question whether he's gay or not.
Who fucking cares, you piece of shit?
Why?
Because of the way he acts.
Okay, so?
What is
I guess
he
it's
act
not
like?
so much the way you. I guess it's not so much the way he acts as the way he wears his hair. I guess
His what?
his hair.
His hair.
So, Lorne is so fucking insecure. He's like, oh, he's got gay hair.
Yeah, because he'll. Well, sometimes his hair looks fine and it's short, but then it's like he'll grow it out long.
So that makes him gay. I can't fucking stand him.
So that he parts it on the side, and it's like it falls down by his eyes, and he's having to shake his head to move his hair out of his eyes.
Who cares?
So why does that mean he's gay?
Well, then it just doesn't. I don't know. Just some things about the way he acts. It makes me question whether or not he's gay.
I just, who
Okay.
cares?
But
Like, as long as Mitchell is not, like, trying to fuck Lorne, then who fucking cares? Is Lorne like, oh, well, I don't want Mitchell fucking me, but I want Maria to fuck me? I don't fucking know. He's such a fucking predator.
why does that make him questionable with certain things? Like that's what you're kind of implying that maybe he's not the best probation officer because he might be gay.
Well, before it was. There were times when I felt a little uncomfortable with him.
Gee, like how people feel uncomfortable around you, Lorne?
Before.
Like
Yeah, for Lorne being so homophobic, he really is, like, super focused on men.
why?
Just because of the way that he acts sometimes.
I just don't.
But
Yeah,
then
but
there are
what-
sometimes that he acts like completely, that I'm completely comfortable around him, and you know,
Okay,
it
but
doesn't seem so bad.
what did he do to make you think that he was hitting on you? Because that's ultimately what the
Well,
issue is. You're thinking that he's attracted to you.
Well, yeah, but I didn't think that he was hitting on me. I knew
So
he
then
wouldn't
what's the
do that
problem?
Just him being my probation officer. But
So then what's the
I don't know,
problem?
just something.
So then what's the problem?
Happened a couple times that.
Yeah, he's
made
got
me
a
uncomfortable.
specialized
Okay, like what?
pant thing to put his dick in.
I don't know. I don't remember what it was. It was just something.
So then you're just making something up to be fucking facetious and stupid.
Yes, you do. You have to.
No.
If something happened that gave you an idea that maybe he's gay and maybe he's feeling a certain way toward you, because that's really the only reason why you would feel uncomfortable
He just
is
doesn't
if
like
you're
homos.
thinking that he wants
what I'm-
you.
yeah.
So
I
what
don't
is it?
remember
Did
what
he
it
did he
was,
walk
though.
past you and he had a boner or something and he like rubbed it against your arm? What could
No,
it possibly
no,
be?
He's never been that close to me.
Did he eat a banana looking into your eyes or something?
No, 'cause I've never seen him eating.
Okay.
I don't know. There's just something about the way he was standing at some point, or
I guarantee what happened was like Mitchell was like, oh, I'm gonna try this new hairstyle. So he had a new hairstyle, and then like maybe he was sitting with like his legs crossed because he wanted to sit comfortably, or like I'm trying to think what else, like other stupid things that people like Lorne think is gay. Shouldn't Dan be in jeans? Oh, I'm having him in court because he's a lawyer. I'm having him be a lawyer boy. He's objecting, so he's pointing his
What was
finger.
that? You broke up there.
It was something about the way he was standing.
Standing.
Or something that made me. There was something that made me uncomfortable about him. I can't pinpoint it. Even then, I couldn't quite pinpoint it, but it just made me uncomfortable.
I guarantee it was like he was existing, and that's what made Lorne
The
uncomfortable.
way that he wore his hair.
Does Dan have
really
nipple rings? You know, I feel like he'd be the type to have
remember
nipple
that
rings.
also.
He'd be like, oh, I'm all boned. Where's his dink? Oh, there's his dink, that damn doctor.
So I don't know. I mean, he might be completely straight for all I know. I don't know. It's just there was a time when I remember there was a couple times that I was uncomfortable.
Because it was a man.
Pinpoint the reason
You know what it is? It literally was just because he has to deal with a man.
why.
He takes. You know what it is? Mitchell wipes his ass, because that's gay to men like Lorne. Mitchell wipes his ass, and that's gay.
Okay, so aside from that, which you don't know anything about.
That's right. I don't know anything about it.
Okay. So,
Fucking moron.
are you thinking that he's seen your pictures?
Oh God, yeah. I know
Oh
he is.
God.
Okay. So, is that what's making you uncomfortable? So, you're thinking that he's gay and he also saw your disgusting pictures?
That might. Thanks for the word.
That's probably it. He probably is like, oh, a man has seen my penis, so that makes him gay. Like, Lorne thinks he's so sexy that straight men seeing his penis turns them gay.
Gotcha.
What a fucking asshole. Goddamn moron.
That might be part of what made me uncomfortable. But really, thanks for that word disgusting.
I think it's really funny that you are having this idea about Mitchell, and really, who cares?
You fucking cares.
You know, whether he's gay or not. He has to do a job.
A job.
And that's what he's going to do. He probably doesn't give a shit about you. You know?
He probably doesn't.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't. You know, at the time, I mean, my thoughts were completely different at the time than what they are now.
Okay. So you're going to be able
So if your thoughts are completely different than they are now, why are they still influencing how you act?
to work with him and have the expectation that he's going to be professional just like he always has.
Yeah.
Okay. So
He really
is there
wasn't bad to
anything
work
else?
with.
Okay. So what about anything else that makes him questionable, as you say?
No, there's nothing else.
Okay. Good. Well, it sounds like he knows you.
You
Sounds
brushed
like
your
he knows
teeth and
your
had a phallic
situation.
object in and out of your mouth while you're brushing your teeth.
And,
Oh no.
and hopefully it ends up working out well.
Greer, you
I
might
think
be
it will
gay.
because I'm a
No
different
wonder
person
you're the
than what I
evil
was
twin.
then. Other things
Okay.
are different.
All right. Well, hopefully it stays that way because it's only been 2 weeks. And
I
you have
know.
several
How much you want to bet he's drunk in the past 2 weeks?
years under
Hey,
your
get
belt
outta here.
of being a real
Get out of here, robot!
I know.
Get
someone
This
who's
disgusting person.
not able to follow probation. The very rules
Is
that
Father
could
Tron
send
still
him
here?
back to prison.
This disgusting person understands.
Okay, good. Keep
This
understanding
disgusting person
No.
understands. Oh, so now he's all butthurt. Oh, he's all butthurt that somebody called his pictures disgusting. Oh, boo hoo. Poor little Lorne. Ooh. Oh, cool. You got in just in time. You enter a small lobby. There's a man with long hair sitting on one side and a registered sex offender on the other. Which side of the lobby do you sit? Obviously with the gay man.
Throwing that word disgusting in your face, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't care.
Yeah, but I don't care.
I can see
He's all pissed off, and she's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Doesn't help that you think I'm disgusting.
I'm not even addressing that because it's really stupid.
Oh, why is my mouse being weird? There we go.
So just keep working on being a good person and not just what everyone else sees. Be a good person when you're by yourself.
Be a
when
good
you're just with
person
your
all
dogs,
the
when you're
time.
track driving.
You try.
Just be a good person.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, good.
I'm getting better at it.
Get better
Good.
at it.
Practice makes perfect.
I used to be right on top of it.
I used to be right on top of it. No, you weren't.
No more I used to be. Because most likely the used to be's aren't exactly what you think they were.
Well, they were then, though.
But you're talking how many years ago, Lorne? Half your life ago?
I know.
If not more
Too
than
many
that?
years ago.
Too many
Too
years ago.
Right, that's what I mean.
Fucking
Like,
pathetic, man.
you're just gonna have to be better. You're gonna have to live the life that you want to live and not just throw smoke screen at everyone and say, I'm gonna make you believe that I'm good and I'm gonna make you believe that I don't lie and that I'm living my life one way. But in reality, I'm still gonna do everything that I've always done because I'm smarter than everyone else. And I'm gonna take a chance because I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know I give a shit.
Do you? When Lorne was an upstanding citizen, back when he was chatting with underage girls and drunk driving and ripping elderly people off. You know, back when he was a good person. Exactly.
I really do know that I care. Just hate what I put myself through.
I hate what I put myself through.
Okay, good.
Person I
So the call's about to
turned out
end, so I'm
be
gonna
because of that shit.
label
Right.
what this is real quick.
Anyway,
So is this a date that you're going on tonight?
I am going to let you go. And
This date that you're going on. Tiffany is always on point, but it's calls like this one where you have to stand and applaud. Exactly. Like, shout out to fucking Tiffany.
I hope you have a wonderful night.
Yeah, you too. Have fun on your date.
And I hope that you sleep well.
You too.
On your date.
Bye.
I love how he was getting all fucking salty. Oh, you called me disgusted and you're going on your fucking date. Have fun on your date. Yeah, disgusting is a trigger word for Lorne, since that's how he's described his own starvation at the hands of his siblings. Yeah, no, quite obviously, the word disgusting hits Lorne pretty hard. And he's disgusting. Lorne, you're disgusting. Lorne, you're disgusting. Lorne, you're disgusting. Lorne, you're disgusting. Fuck you, Lorne, you're disgusting. Anyways. I am gonna hit the road here. I have to start dinner soon. I'm fucking hungry. I gotta start my mac and cheese and meatballs. Pizza bikini and your pizza bikini. Thank you so much for all of you who stopped by today. It's always nice to see you lovely people. No, stay, I'm sorry, I gotta go make dinner. I gotta make the delicious dinners. I'll be back tomorrow, though. I'll be reading a chat log tomorrow. I'll have to go through and pick a nice, silly chat log. But I love you guys, and I will see... Ooh, let me put my fucking... This would help if I... What's for dinner? Hamburgers. Who's more important, dinner or ass? I will see all of y'all tomorrow. And thanks a bunch for stopping by. Bye.